The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets won a football game tonight, baby. And there's a lot of takeaways, positive takeaways. It's preseason, but hey, you got to start somewhere. Postgame show starts right now. Let's go.
We sitting in here, we excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Let's go! A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. A post-game show where the New York Jets are victorious. A shutout. How often do you see that? The Jets shut out the Steelers 17-0, and we're going to talk all about it tonight right here on the Jake Asman Show, presented by PrizePicks. Click the like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Reminder, if you ever missed the YouTube show, we post the show as a podcast on both Apple and Spotify, so watch on YouTube and listen anywhere. Plus, spread the word to all the Jet fans going to Nashville. Week 1, Jets-Titans. We have a huge party free for all the Jet fans if you RSVP with the link in my description at Barstool Nashville the day before the game. Then the next day, hosting a tailgate with my friends at Game Day Flight Crew right next to the stadium. Use code JAKE10 when you get your tickets at GameDayFlightCrew.com. All the info is in the description for the video. Now, let's talk Jets. Nice night to be a fan of this team, right? I get it. It's preseason. I understand. But you know what? Last year, they looked awful in the second preseason game. Remember how bad Justin Fields and the offense looked in that game against the Giants? So I am going to be positive tonight because who knows how many opportunities we'll get to do it throughout the year. I thought the Jets, they looked really good. Tonight was a really good night from a Jets standpoint. The first thing is there were no major injuries, which you are always looking for in any preseason game, right? Did you get out of it healthy? The Jets tonight, it was a successful night because there were no major injuries to their key players. Let's start with Geno Smith in the offense, right? Geno Smith, we find out yesterday he's going to start. I don't think he could have looked much better. Played one drive. He was 7 for 7, ends it with a touchdown on a great play call by Frank Reich. A little play action. Jelani Woods basically open all by himself, and you cap it off with a touchdown. I mean, that was great to see, right? If you're a Jet fan, how could you not leave that opening drive and be excited about Geno? And I get it. It's preseason, but the Steelers had most of their ones out there. TJ Watt didn't play. But you know what? I thought you saw some real positives. You know, A.D. Mitchell getting involved on the drive, right? Geno's first 2 completions were to A.D. Mason Taylor got involved in that opening drive. Garrett Wilson ran one of the prettiest routes you'll ever see on that opening drive, and Geno put the ball right there. 6 different receivers involved. He looked good. I think tonight was a big win for Geno Smith. You got to be encouraged by what you saw from Geno. And my big thing was, you know, let him play a couple drives tonight unless you go down the field and you look crisp early. And that's exactly what they did. So I give credit to Frank Reich and Aaron Glenn. They made the right decision, I think, to pull Geno out right after that drive. I mean, you had a 10-play opening drive. You go down the field. And again, it wasn't all the starters for the Steelers, but enough of them were out there where you like to see it. Cap it off with that great play to Jelani Woods. I think if you're just looking at the offense, you have to like what you saw tonight. I mean, the Jets, they converted more third downs in that drive than they had in games last year. Total games. Like, I kid you not. And it was weird at first watching Geno play quarterback, right? Anyone else have this feeling? Let me know in the chat. Like, seeing a number 7 drop back, I was like in my brain so used to like, oh God, Justin Fields. But then you got to remind yourself, no, it's Geno. We're back to this. He's back. It's Eugene. So good for Geno. Happy for him. He's the key to us having any semblance of a season that is not awful, right? Can he give us a surprise year? No one's saying you got to be, 2022 Geno Smith in Seattle. But I'll take 2023 or 2024 Geno. I would. Obviously the dream is that he gives you the Ryan Fitzpatrick 2015 season and Frank Reich is Chan Gailey. But this team has weapons, right? They have an offensive line. They didn't run the ball that well tonight, but with Brees back there for week 1, I think they're going to have an effective rushing attack. I think this offense has a chance to be competent if Geno is upright and he's not afraid to take some chances. And tonight he looked good. So, good for Geno Smith. We heard some reports that he's been struggling at practice, been very up and down. He's been a little timid. He looked good on that opening drive. I think that's really encouraging. Let's get to the defense now. And if you're watching live, make sure you click the like button and you are subscribed to the channel. I want to thank the audience. Last week, our postgame show hit almost 20,000 views. We're over 60,000 subscribers now. So big thank you to all the great Jet fans who watch day in, day out. If you're new around here, we talk Jets at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. That's right, year-round, 4 hours a day on the channel. So if you're a Jet fan, this is the place for you. The Jets starting defense, they look good tonight as well. I mean, let's think back to now last week and then the 3 series the starters basically played tonight. That's 5 preseason series, 0 points allowed. And yes, context needs to be applied. It's not like last week they faced Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. Tonight, they didn't face Aaron Rodgers and the backup for the Steelers, Mason Rudolph. So they collectively have seen third-string quarterbacks through these 5 drives, but you can only evaluate based on what you have seen. And based on what we have seen, the defenses look pretty good. And tonight, David Bailey came up with a sack against Broderick Jones. Remember Bill Belichick stuck it to the Jets by trading up and making a deal so Pittsburgh could get Broderick Jones and the Jets couldn't get a tackle? Well, Broderick Jones sucks, all right? He's not any good. So screw you, Belichick. And I love that Broderick Jones is getting beat by David Bailey, my guy right here. Bailey Bros Unite, doing his thing. And you know what I like about Bailey? You notice he didn't celebrate after the sack? He just shrugged his shoulders, and it's like, that's what I do. Right? Where's the weird number 31 for a defensive end? Doesn't have any, wristbands or gloves. It's just, I'm a football player. I go make plays. That's what I do. I love that from David Bailey. Love that. Thought he looked good tonight. And then, if we're going to talk about the defense, I couldn't believe my eyes. 2 interceptions from the Jets defense tonight. Andre Cisco comes up with one of them. You kidding me? And look, good for Cisco because he did a nice job reading Will Howard's eyes and making a play on the football, something that the Jets, as we all know, just could not do last year. So I was certainly encouraged by what we saw from Cisco on that play in the defense. And then the other interception, I mean, Womack coming up with it. You had 2 interceptions tonight. Sam Womack, who? Nice to see the Jets go out there and do what they should do against 3rd and 4th string quarterbacks. That's what you're supposed to do. The Jet defense, again, 5 preseason series, 0 points allowed. I think that's encouraging. I thought a couple other guys on the defense that I noticed, Demario Davis, I think his play was noticeable tonight. He was in on several stops. Again, they started Dane Belton at safety tonight, which I thought was interesting. Feels like Belton might have overtaken Cisco to be the starting safety, but then Cisco came up with an interception tonight. So what does that mean for the Jets starting safety battle? We'll see how they line up next week. That will give us a better idea, and maybe not even against the Giants, just how they look at practice. Is Belton going to get an opportunity now to potentially start over Cisco? Or did Cisco's interception tonight give him a chance to remain the starter? We know Minka's going to be one of the starters. I thought Minka, for what it's worth, I'm excited to watch it back just to kind of see all the different spots they lined him up in. But again, seeing a Jet defense create 2 turnovers, that's good. And they really should have had 3. They came so close to coming up with that great play, Jeremy Ruckert knocking the ball out of the Steelers player's hands on the punt return. And I guess it was Skinner who couldn't keep his foot in bounds. He wasn't expecting it. Or maybe it was Malik McClain. I think it was Malik McClain, right? 84 it was. He almost had, the fumble recovery in the air, but his foot was out of bounds. He didn't maintain the catch. So shout out to the special teams unit. And if you're going to talk about the special teams unit, the big thing that we're watching is the kicking battle right now, right? Very nervous. Who's going to replace Nick Folk? Well, Cade York had a chance at the end of that half, and he obviously missed his field goal attempt at the end there. He had the leg, just wasn't good. I think it was 59 yards, I believe. And then Sanders, he hit his lone extra point, and he hit a field goal from 39. I think Jason Sanders is going to be the Jets kicker, but we'll see. There's still one more game to go. But Sanders has more of a history in the NFL of being successful. He just was injured last year, and he didn't play. Now let's talk about Cade Klubnik, because there's going to be a ton of discussion around him. I want to give Aaron Glenn credit, because last week I was very critical for Aaron Glenn not playing Cade Klubnik more once it was determined Geno Smith wasn't going to be out there. It didn't make sense to have Klubnik only play 2 drives. Well, tonight, I thought they handled Klubnik perfectly. Geno started the game. They went down the field and scored. And then Klubnik essentially got 2 full quarters after that. And that is exactly what you wanted to see, right? The end of the first half, instead of Bailey Zappi having to take that 2-minute drill, you gave Cade Klubnik an opportunity. Now, the Jets didn't come up with any points at the end because I already mentioned Cade York missed a field goal. But I want to give credit to Aaron Glenn because I was critical last week of the playing time decision with Klubnik. I thought they gave the right amount of reps to Cade Klubnik tonight. If he's going to be your backup, he needs to play. And I don't think the numbers tell the whole story here. So Klubnik was 10 of 14, 75 yards. His best play was the play he had with his legs, where he picked up 16 yards to move the chains on a 3rd down. His passer rating was 83.9. The numbers don't look bad, but I thought he was okay. His first drive, they're 3 and out. I don't know if that was on him at the end of that drive where it was like 4th and 5 and they were trying to draw Pittsburgh offsides. I'm going to have to watch it back. Maybe Glenn's asked about it. But I thought Klubnik settled in a little bit. He put together a nice 2-minute drill before halftime, despite a little shaky protection. I thought he was okay. The numbers probably make it look like he played better than he did. I mean, they had 5 drives. They punted on the first 3. They had the missed field goal. And then I'll give Glenn credit again. I like the fact that Cade Klubnik started the 3rd quarter. Let the rookie go through halftime and then come out and start a quarter. These are valuable reps. These are valuable things for a young quarterback to go through. If he's going to be the number 2, which I'm not in love necessarily with the idea, I still think, the Jets should look to maybe add a veteran quarterback, and then Klubnik could be QB3 and he could develop for half the year before you go to him if you fall out of it. But if they're going to give him a chance to be QB2, and they clearly are, he needed to play a lot tonight, and at least you got that from Cade. Again, the numbers, they're fine. I didn't think he was great. I also want to say this. The Jets' offensive line, when Klubnik was out there, were not great. He was pressured in 5 of his first 15 dropbacks, according to Next Gen Stats. One of the issues was not even the offensive line. Kene and Wanu got beat in a blitz pickup. And I also think Klubnik didn't process as fast as you would like him to process, but he's a rookie out there, which is why he needs to play. So some of it I thought was the offensive line. One of the plays for sure was in Wanu not picking up the blitz. And some of it, I guess, is on Cade Klubnik just not getting rid of the ball quick. I didn't think he was bad tonight, but I didn't think he was great. I think the numbers make it look like he played better than he did, if that made sense. That said, he needs to play. I'm glad he played tonight. I'm glad he played 5 series. I'm glad that he got to start the 3rd quarter. I'm glad they gave him the rest of the first half after the Jets marched down the field. The Jets, by the way, it still feels weird saying it. The Jets marched down the field with a 10-play, 69-yard opening drive that ate up 6 minutes of the clock. So I would say up and down performance from Klubnik, but again, I'm glad he played. Some other names I want to mention here. And let's be real, none of us knew who these guys were. How about the Jets front office finding Nate Lynn and Junior Bergen? Nate Lynn. Nate Lynn, who? That's right, Nate Lynn. Making plays. McGregor, I don't think you're going to be on this team much longer. Nate Lynn's taking your roster spot. Braden McGregor, we will see you later. He signed with the team this week. He had 2 sacks tonight. The other name, Junior Bergen, who? How effective was he tonight on special teams? Now, the Jets just might be like a factory for producing, good returners and kickers. We know how good Isaiah Williams is and Nwanu, and, Chris Banjo, I think, is the best coach on the Jets staff. But it was encouraging to see Junior Bergen go out there. 5 returns tonight, averaged over 10 yards. His long was 27. Junior Bergen. Is he going to make the team? I don't know. But he caught my eye tonight. He also had a nice catch. 44 yards. It was like a screen, but they gave him an opportunity. I don't know how much of the playbook he really knows, but good to see him go out there and do his thing. But again, the biggest takeaway is 17-0. Starting offense looked great. Starting defense looked very good. They did what they're supposed to do against third and fourth string quarterbacks, right? It was the third stringer when they were out there for the 3 drives against Will Howard. And again, you got through the game healthy. That's the biggest thing. Some negatives I have in my notes, and we kind of alluded to it when I talked about Klubnik. He was under way too much pressure. The second team and the third team offensive line, not very good. Now, I get it. Most teams probably have bad offensive lines besides their starters. But the Jets last year, they were remarkably healthy on the offensive line. They were. We can call it for what it is. Last year, the New York Jets started the same 5 guys for all 17 games. Now, yes, Elijah Vera Tucker got hurt on the Tuesday before week 1. I get it. But they didn't have another injury to their offensive line. The odds of that happening again 2 years in a row feels unlikely, right? I don't think they have great offensive line depth, especially in the interior. You know, Inez Cooper, the rookie they took from Miami, he got moved up to the second team after playing with the third team last week. I thought he was okay tonight. I tried to hone in on watching him, and I'm by no means an offensive line expert. We'll do the film review with our guy Joe Blewett this week on the show, and we'll go through it. But I think the backup offensive line, I don't know if you can feel great about it. You know, the second string defense for the Jets looks significantly better than the second string offense. So the Jets better hope the starting offensive line stays healthy, because the depth behind is not going to inspire a whole lot of confidence. Some other like miscellaneous things. Isaiah Williams can't fumble on that third down. You know, luckily the Jets recovered. Also, shout out to Dylan Parham. The one pass that Geno had tipped, it actually counts as a completion because it landed in Dylan Parham's lap. So that was like the only throw that, you know, wasn't great from Geno, and I don't even know if that's really on him. But no harm, no foul. They were able to still score in the drive. I'm just going through my notes here, and then we're going to get to your calls. So load up your calls tonight. Again, if you're just going to judge this game really on the first half, when we saw key players from the Jets, they're up 7-0 at halftime, and Geno was 7 of 7 for 65 yards and a touchdown. Jelani Woods made a play. AD had 2 catches. Garrett looked great on that one pitch and catch. A lot of encouraging signs. Nate Lynn with 2 sacks. Now, the one guy I want to mention, I don't know what it is. I really thought Malachi Moore had a chance to take a big step forward this summer. And to see him out there like late in the second half of these games, I don't know what happened to him, man. He was a 4th-round pick. I wonder if his roster spot's in danger. They don't have a ton of depth at safety. Remember, they did draft the safety in VJ Payne, who's been hurt all summer. But I'm just watching the game, and there was this one play. It was like a deep shot that Drew Aller just kind of threw up there. By the way, he did not look good tonight. You know, I'm not going to judge his career on half of a preseason game, but, you know, I didn't come away being like, wow, Drew Aller's awesome. Klubnik played better than him, I thought, for what it's worth, but it doesn't really matter. But there was one play where I thought, Malachi Moore, you're right there, man. It's like a heave by Aller. Go make a play on the ball. Go knock it away. And he just couldn't get there. And I don't think he's done anything this summer to really stand out. So, overall, I think if you're a Jet fan, you could be encouraged by what we saw tonight. Offense looked good. Geno looked comfortable, looked efficient. Defense did its job. David Bailey gets a sack. You had 2 picks. Get used to winning if you're a Jet player, right? That's what you're trying to preach if you're Glenn and this staff. So we'll take the win. We'll take the fact that no one got hurt, that Geno looked good. And I think the next time we see Geno is going to be when we're all in Nashville together, watching the Jets hopefully kick some Robert Saleh ass. That's the bottom line. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Let's do a giveaway tonight. I'm in a giving mood. David Bailey jersey up for grabs at the end of the show. If you want it, here's how you get it. You gift the membership, or you send in a super chat, $10 or more, that qualifies, and you can win a Bailey jersey or a Jets player of your choosing. Cade Klubnik, Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq, Armand Bembu, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Geno Smith, Demario Davis, or any Jet legend like Namath, Krebet, Curtis, Martin, Revis, you name it. And when you enter this Sunday on our show, it's our weekly Asmaniac raffle. If you're new around here, every week we give out big prizes on the show, in addition to giving out prizes every day during our weekday show. So a full-size Chad Pennington helmet is our top prize on Sunday, followed by a Darrelle Revis signed football and a Ken O'Brien signed helmet. Big shout out to everyone who's here watching us live. Hit the like button. And I want to plug this because we're about to sell out. We have under 10 left. If you want a Pain snapback or regular dad cap or a Pain t-shirt, jakeasman.com/shop to get your Pain merch today. No Pain tonight, though. Jets picking up a win, but you know how it goes. And these will never go out of style as fans of the Jets. All right, let's see what you guys are thinking. We're going to hear from Aaron Glenn as well at his press conference. Going to start with some super chats here and some comments that I'm seeing. Joe Jet starts it off. He says, Geno can actually throw the ball, unlike Fields. It was weird, again, seeing a quarterback, number 7, Jets, and you're like, wait, he actually could throw, though. Like, it took me a second to, like, get rid of the Justin Fields PTSD. I don't know if anyone else had that same experience. Brother Yeti says, number 7 dropped a perfect QBR live. It's okay to be happy. Yeah, Geno looked good. Any chance we have of being better than most think, unless you're just a pie-in-the-sky delusional Jet fan, is Geno Smith being a lot better than most anticipate. He's got the talent. His arm still works. He should have an offensive line. He's got weapons. You know, they don't have Sadiq out there yet. I like what we saw tonight. I liked how Mason Taylor played, too. That was like a gritty catch that he made on that drive. Just End the Suffering writes in. We got 2 interceptions. Had me out of my seat. I like how the D looks. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. An interception? Then I started to think, at least in the preseason, maybe Aaron Glenn's right.
Play call is my superpower, really.
Maybe in the preseason it is. We'll see. But nice to see some picks tonight. And again, Cisco, I know Jet fans aren't in love with him, but he made a nice play on the ball tonight. Give him credit. Jose Lopez in the raffle for 2. Thank you, Jose. He says, tough, sharp, gritty performance tonight. Checked a lot of boxes. These Jets are going to be better than most people think. The only way to start winning is to win. Bailey going to be a beast. David Bailey's going to be awesome. You pray he stays healthy. I mean, look, he beat Broderick Jones tonight. He beat Godecki on the Bucs in the joint practice. He's had wins against both Armand Membu and Olu Fashanu. We know they're good, especially Armand. He's going to be good. Football guy says Sabo punching air right now. Robbie Sabo. Disgusted with David Bailey. No, I'm just kidding. I was texting with Robbie during the game. He was, I think overall he was encouraged with what the Jets did. Cheeseman says, love the non-flashiness of Bailey. I noticed it too. He comes up with that sack. Do you see him doing like a dopey dance or anything silly? No, he just got back up like he expected to do that. I like seeing that. Florida Jet fan says, Jets shut out the Steelers. If only if it was the regular season, LOL. Yeah, if only if it was January of 2011. Hey, a win's a win. Amari says, that returner is good, man. I agree. Islip Jet fan says, I agree, Jake. No O-line depth. Got to get that fixed. Doug Developer writes in, I remember TB12 giving all the credit to the coaches who brought the greatness out of him. I don't trust AG to bring the greatness out of anybody. Sorry. Again, Aaron Glenn was awful last year. We don't need to relitigate it. We all know. Whether we like it or not, he's the head coach for this season. And as a Jet fan, I'm rooting for him to do well because I want to have a fun season or at least be fake good for half the year. Like with Salah in 2022, they were 6-3. They were 7-4. And then they collapsed and finished 7-10. But at least we were alive through the holiday season. Like the Jets were not eliminated that year until Geno Smith and the Seahawks beat them on New Year's Day in 2023. That was also my first ever show on ESPN New York that same day. And I'm on tomorrow from 9 a.m. to noon on 880 ESPN New York. But the point is, at least like we had a season that year. I don't trust this head coach just yet. But he's here, so I'm going to give him a chance to prove me and many Jet fans who doubt him wrong. Be a great story if you can figure it out. Am I confident in that? I can't lie to you guys. I'm not, but I am a huge believer in the general manager. And I think regardless who the head coach is, you want to see this team look like they have the right pieces in place for a young quarterback they're going to add in the first round in 2027. Right? So I'm rooting for all these young players to look good. Maybe they won't win a lot of games. Maybe Aaron Glenn's not the guy. If you're betting on it, you probably would bet that way. The Jets win totals 5.5 for a reason. But you know what? These guys playing well, the younger players especially, that matters if you're trying to build the right infrastructure for your next quarterback. Let's not make the Sam Darnold mistake all over again. Oh, the Jets can never draft a good quarterback. No, they actually could draft a quarterback who could win a Super Bowl. They just failed him. So let's not make that mistake again. Mark Sanchez was in the best situation. You put Darnold in that situation, the Jets would have a championship. So they got to have the right infrastructure. And I think we have a GM who understands that, and time will tell. Kelly has gifted a membership. She's in our raffle tonight for 1. Thank you, Kelly. Tyrone's in the raffle for 2, says, nice game. 2 interceptions had me happy. Klubnik got a lot of work. Should have played the whole game, in my opinion. Go Jets. I knew they were not going to play him the whole game. But last week, I was super critical of Glenn for only playing him for 2 drives and 7 pass attempts. Once Geno didn't play, he should have played the entire half. Tonight, he played the entire half, essentially, and a drive in the third quarter. Right? Geno played the opening drive, 10 plays, 6 minutes off the clock. Offense looked awesome, great. Love to see it. Pull the starters. Then you got Klubnik out there, and he needs the reps. Didn't look great tonight. Wasn't bad. The O-line wasn't doing him any favors. But I'm certainly glad that we saw him a lot more. I'd play him again next week, too. I would. I don't think Geno's going to play next week. I don't think the Jets are going to play their starters at all next week. I think Klubnik should start and play the entire first half. Gregory Romano gifted 5 channel memberships. Let's go.
Who want to fly with them?
Another name I want to mention, Jordan Clark, I had in my notes. Ryan Clark apparently was at this game tonight. Anthony Beck ran into him on the elevator, they said during the broadcast. I don't know if he's going to make the Jets, but he's certainly impressed, I would say, through the first 2 preseason games. He might make the team just because they do have, a lot of injuries in the secondary right now. Rat Diddy in the house. He's in the raffle for 4. I've seen enough. Ready for week 1. Wish I could make it to Tennessee with everyone. Yeah, bring on week 1. Let's go. We're all happy tonight.
Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I'm happy, Woody. Oh, yeah. M. Weezy in the raffle for 4. Again, if you want in on our raffle, their raffle tickets are $5 a pop. You can gift the membership or $10 super chat will get you 2. Cade looked good. He doesn't panic and finds the open man. That one pass at the sideline under duress would have been caught by Garrett Wilson or AD. Incredible ball placement. Yeah, someone in the chat tell me which receiver dropped that. That was a good ball by Cade. I agree. Again, I don't think Klubnik was bad tonight. I don't think he was great. I thought he was okay, and the O-line didn't do him any favors. But I'm not going to judge him. I need to see more from him. I want him to play. He needs reps. He's going to make mistakes. He wasn't a first-round pick. He was a third-rounder. Or fourth-rounder, excuse me. He's got to play. He's got to play. I like what we saw tonight. Gotham Green Goblin says, offensive line depth very concerning. We need to go find some backups like the Eagles. I don't want Cisco back, but I think he sealed his roster spot with that pick and how much the staff loves him. I don't think his roster spot was ever in danger. Like, who are they going to cut him for? It's just a matter of, is Dane Belton going to start or is it going to be Cisco? Cisco might have clinched the starting spot with that pick. I'm not sure, but they started Belton tonight, and Belton had a really good tackle in this game on run defense. He came up in the box and made a nice play, kind of scoping out a run. I would probably go with Belton, but Glenn's going to want like a true safety, a center fielder for his defense. He likes someone like Belton that could play like low safety, and then he's going to have more of like a center fielder. And that's what they're thinking with Cisco, whether we like it or not. But again, if Cisco comes up with some picks, you'll live with it because the Jets need to be able to force turnovers as a defense. They got to be opportunistic. Stephen Lynch with a super chat here. He's in the raffle for 2. Thank you, Stephen. Was a very positive game all around, but still unhappy with the way Glenn managed the timeouts. Also, interior line will be a problem. We got to give credit for the shutout and 2 picks. What did Glenn do wrong with the timeouts? The weird situation where like the play clock restarted twice. I don't know. I'm not going to put that on Glenn. It was kind of a weird circumstance there. I want to look into that a little more. I thought Glenn was fine with the timeouts tonight. Again, they won. It's preseason. The starting defense looked good. That's his area of surveillance, right? He's the play caller. And the starting offense looked very good. So Frank Reich gets credit. Glenn hired Frank Reich. So that's how that works. You do good things. We say good things. That's how this works. Daniel in the raffle for 2. It feels like this could be the breakout year for Garrett if he and Geno stay healthy. He's going to get the volume, 1,250 yards, 8+ touchdowns should be his milestones, man. I'll tell you what, if Garrett Wilson's healthy, he could absolutely accomplish that. You just need him to stay healthy. That's the big thing. But I'm encouraged by what we saw from Garrett. I'm encouraged by what we saw from A.D. Mitchell. I mean, A.D. Mitchell, you talk about a guy who's going to be, going late in your fantasy drafts. I'd take a swing on A.D. Mitchell. He's super talented. And he's getting a real opportunity to play with the Jets. And clearly him and Geno have developed some sort of chemistry so far. So I'm encouraged by really just the volume of potential pass catchers the Jets have. M. Weezy's in the raffle for 4. I thought DeMarco and Briggs looked great as well. I think you mean DeMario, but I see your point. Briggs was killing the gaps, and DeMario was all over the field. He looks to be game ready now. Well, I mean, DeMario Davis is like the Benjamin Button of football. He's a stud. They cannot afford to lose him, though. But I thought DeMario was very good tonight. He had, 5 tackles? Or 4 tackles that I can remember? Again, you know who I thought impressed me, too? I don't know if he's going to make the team. Trey Brown, number 30. Now, the Jets have like 2 number 30s, but Trey Brown, who got injured in this game and then came back, I thought he looked good. I thought he had some good tackling on special teams. I thought he looked good in coverage. I don't know. I don't know if Trey Brown's got a shot. I got to go over more of the roster. Trey Brown, I thought he looked pretty good. Anyone else notice Trey Brown, or is it just me? Matt Dawkins in the raffle for tonight for 4. Let's go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jets. Here we go. New York's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. You're probably drunk, but it's a Friday night. Hit it.
Jets, Jets. Woo!
Where's my Henny? You know what? I don't know how many wins we're going to get this year, so why not? We're back, baby. Haven't seen a win in a long time. Let's go. Jets football. Smell the greatness, Herm.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Yeah. Go Jets. Super Chats. Cut the line. Gotham Green in the raffle for 2. Who do you think was on the roster last year that started secure, but now may be on the hot seat? Mine would be Arian Smith. Arian Smith. Malachi Moore. I do not believe their roster spots are guaranteed. Arian Smith is a good gunner. He offers nothing as a wide receiver. If he wasn't a 4th-round pick, I don't think he'd be on the team. We're going to see very early here, is Darren Muji different than Joe Douglas? Joe Douglas never wanted to cut his draft picks. Most GMs don't want to do it. They don't want to admit a mistake. Last year, the Jets couldn't wait to cut Malachi Corley. Why? Because Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn didn't draft him. Pretty easy argument to make that Arian Smith shouldn't be on this team. The way they're using Malachi Moore, you can argue he might not make the team either. And that's 2 4th-round picks last year. They basically lit picks on fire in that day 3 a year ago. So remember Tyler Barron, who? Yeah, we ever going to see him again? So I don't know. We'll see. That'd be my answer to your question, though. Raji Bijir. Did I pronounce it right? He's in the raffle for 1. He became a channel member. Thank you, sir. Keish Taylor. I see you, Jake. Some hair on your chest with the hen. Yeah. Plenty of hair, baby. Plenty of hair. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. If you're one of the 1,100 people watching live, hit the like button, and more importantly, hit the subscribe button. Again, we're over 60,000 subscribers. We talk about this football team every single day and couldn't do it without you. So if you're new around here, make sure you click that subscribe button. It helps us continue to grow. And we'll see you all in Nashville. Tailgate on game day and RSVP. You will not pay a cover if you RSVP to our Gangrene pre-party at Barstool, Nashville, the day before the game, Saturday, September 12th. Dan Philcox in the raffle for 2 says Trey Brown, Nate Lynn, Bergen, Trey Brown, Jordan Clark, they were stars of the game. Trey Brown was so good that Dan Philcox mentioned him twice. Cook touchdown pass was the play of the game. Excited for the season. Go Jets. Love you guys as Maniac forever. Dan, thank you. Yeah, Brady Cook tossing a touchdown at the end there. That was the dagger. Brady Cook, 1 of 2, but you know what? The one was a touchdown. We'll take that, huh? Skinner coming down with it. Skinner and Jelani Woods. Big number 86. Doug says, I want KOC immediately if he gets fired. Yeah, duh. He's Darren Muji's college roommate. You don't think Darren Muji wants him? Turd Ferguson, that's a government name, says, this game made me nervous with our depth at corner and O-line. Well, their depth at corner was already an issue because they're dealing with injuries, right? Nashawn Wright hasn't played yet. D'Angelo Pons hasn't practiced yet. So think about it. And the offensive line depth, yeah, I mean, you got to hope they stay relatively healthy again because I got news for you. I think their offensive line depth is not good. Not good at all. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. We're going to get to your calls coming up. Aaron Glenn spoke to the media after this game. Let's listen in to the head coach of the NYJ.
Move the ball, and I thought those guys did a really good job. I thought the one thing that we have to work on is our run game. And listen, I know this team's a team that like they pride themselves on stopping the run. But like that's not a pass for us. You know, we got to get better in that aspect, and we will. So there's a number of things we have to improve on. We're going to look at this tape and listen. When I challenge the guys, they do a good job of responding. But we have to be improving in those areas. And when I'm talking about the run game and on defense, some of our coverage concepts as far as defending some of their throws they had that I don't think we were good at. So looking forward to getting to next week. Next week's going to be a hard practice. I told the guys they're out of the hotel after this game, but we're still in camp mode. So we're still fighting. Any questions?
What did you like most about that first drive from Gino on the offense?
Very, very efficient. Man, I think he had 2 third-down completions within that. He threw to 5 different receivers within that drive. He looked very comfortable. That's exactly what we were looking for, you know. So, but again, we still have some things we got to work on because our run game wasn't where it needs to be, you know. So we're going to take a good hard look at that and make sure we clean that up.
Do you feel like you've seen enough from Gino now with this game, or would you consider playing him next week?
Well, that's not even a thought process right now. You know, I want to make sure I look at this game and see exactly the things that we got to clean up so we can get right into practice and start to work on those things. And that's offense, defense, and special teams. So yeah, I don't want to make any decisions on that right now.
How about the starting defense? The first 2 series, and they played kind of half that third series.
Yeah.
What did you like about what you saw from them?
This is the
Why can't the Jets get the audio for the coach to be as loud as the one reporter, Brian Costello from the Post, who made the trip? No other beat reporter was there besides Kaz. So shout out to him for going. Again, why can't we get the sound to sound better? Continue, Aaron, please.
second week in a row where I thought our defense played fairly well, and they were stout. But again, you know, there are some things as far as our coverage that we got to get better at, and I don't want to get too much into that, but I know for a fact that we got to get better in some of those things, and that's what training camp's for. You know, you look at this tape, and you try to clean up some of those things, and that's one thing that like I'm really proud of this coaching staff is, man, once we see an issue, man, we attack it head on, and we try to get it fixed right then and there. So that's what we'll do, you know. But again, we're right in camp mode, and we're on to the next one.
You feel good for Bailey getting home? I mean, you guys have seen what he's done in camp, right? For him to get one in a game, was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see that. Obviously, we know what he can do as far as a pass rusher. But I already see in my head there's a couple of things that he has to improve on that showed up in the game, and he will. He's very conscientious when it comes to that. He's a hard worker. I mean, he's there early every day, working on his body and doing things like that. So I know for a fact that he's gonna improve on some of those mistakes that he has.
I know it's a pain tolerance thing with Gino on the ankle, but how much did you like him on that third down conversion where he's using his legs to get outside and then he hits Garrett for the conversion?
Yeah, and listen, there's not a player, and I'm just talking about even from right start of camp to now, there's not a player in this league that's not dealing with some type of pain. It's just part of the job. So I'm proud of all our guys because I know they all hurting to some degree, you know. So Gino did what I expected him to do, you know, and I'm going to look at the tape and see if there's anything that we need to improve on. And I think the guys know that, when there is something that we need to prove on, that we're going to hit it head on, like I said before. So it was good to see how efficient he was. It was good to see him hit 5 different receivers. But, man, like I said, we're on to the next thing.
How much did Cade benefit from tonight? He had the 2-minute situation at the end.
Yeah.
And then also coming out after halftime and playing a little bit in the third.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good offensively and defensively to get a chance to experience that in the preseason. I think last week we actually had a really good drive and actually ended up kicking a field goal. That was at the end of half, all right, to execute a 2-minute drive. And then, again, Cade had one. And you always want, quarterbacks coming from college to be able to, okay, I'm playing in the first half, now get a chance to come out after any type of adjustment and play in that second half. So that was by design for the most part. So, listen, he's going to grow any chance he's on the field. And that's for any of our young guys. Any chance on the field to get a chance to grow. And it's good for me, as a play call on defense, to get a chance to be able to make those calls in a 2-minute situation, also to get myself back going.
We talked about the interceptions, I'm sure, ad nauseum in your mind from last season. How good was it to see 2 picks in this game?
Listen, our guys do a really good job of just focusing on the now and what they have to do. And that's what we do for the most part. Man, there's so much noise on the outside that that is really good to see our guys just focus on the now. And they're trained to do that. And it's hard sometimes, but, man, I'm really proud of how our guys respond to that and continue to just work.
Do you like the way the safety position is coming together? Obviously, Minka all over the place, but
yeah.
You had Belton out there getting some reps early, and then Cisco just takes points off the board.
Listen, it's we've said it was a competition from the very beginning, and those guys know it. And man, it's always good when you have those guys fighting it out, guys making play after play, because we have to make tough decisions. And as a coach, you want to be in that position. Even though it's hard to make those decisions, you want to be in that position because that lets you know that the guys are playing well. So it was a really good pick by Cisco. Dane made a hell of a play on special teams. And we know that's where that's a strong point for him. So we're going to let it play out, and see what happens. But I'm just proud of those guys and how they're operating. And, again, at some point we've got to make a decision.
Eric's gonna be the last one. I'm gonna give you a 2-parter then. All right. A couple of new guys, like real new guys. Lynn and Bergen had a pretty good impact after getting here for a couple of days. What did they show you? And then is something going on with Kiko? Because I know he was
Kiko had a hamstring, and the thing is he could have played, but it wasn't worth him. No different than how Gino was last week. So, but Kiko will be fine. But the new guys, Nate Land, he was with me in Detroit, so I know him really, really well. Came from William & Mary, I think. I think we got him as an undrafted free agent. And, man, listen, we liked him, in Detroit. So once we had the opportunity to get him back here, it was a no-brainer to get him in, let him compete and see how he operates. And he did a really good job. Bergen, man, that's special, for him to come in and have the punt return duties, and heck, he can call a screen, and almost broke it. And the thing is, he is so confident. There was a number of things that Vanjo, Kale, Jet was telling him. He was like, guys, I got it. I got it. So, and the thing is, he's been around, so where the confidence comes from. So those guys did a really good job, and looking forward to seeing how they progress with this team. All good? All right.
That was Aaron Glenn's post-game press conference. Again, we are live. Over 1,000 of you are watching, but only 337 of you have hit the like button. So please do me a favor and click the like button. We're going to hear from Cade Klubnik now. This was Cade's post-game comments moments ago.
Just how did you feel like it went out there tonight for you?
Wish we could have put some drives together and kind of shot ourselves in the foot a couple times. Just getting into some second and third longs, and those are tough to get out of, especially the defense we just played. But thought we did some good things, but thought that we really just kind of hurt ourselves sometimes, just with getting ourselves in some second and long, third and longs. And
On some of the pressure, do you feel like you have to get rid of the ball quicker?
Just some comms issues, really.
Okay.
Just some comms issues that we got to clean up, and I think that's an easier fix than a personnel issue. So we'll clean that up and we'll be good. Like they were great last week, and we had tons of time, and at times they were really good tonight, but just at times we just got to clean it up and find ways to get the ball in my hand and yeah.
There's 1 week of camp left. What do you feel like you need to get out of this week then before going to regular season mode?
Yeah, I think just continue to fine-tune all the little details and the operations of things and just clean it up. Just all the little things, like even tonight, just motions and timing and sequences and stuff that we can just really clean up and just really just keep sharpening. And but I think all the operations of it, being great in red zone whenever we get down there and taking advantage. Yeah.
How much do you appreciate the way Gino came out tonight firing?
Oh, man, it was awesome. We were all fired up for him, and that's Gino, man. He's going to have a heck of a year, and that's just a glimpse of it. So,
how much are you going to benefit from the 2-minute situation that you had at the end of the half?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I'm happy that I got it. We do it all the time in practice.
Should have had it last week. That's the whole point, but I digress. I'm glad that he got it tonight.
But it's definitely different in a game, but I think just the preparation that we've had in practice for several weeks now has definitely prepared us for that, and I thought that Frank did a great job calling it, and I thought it was executed mostly pretty well except for the 2 sacks.
So there's Cade Klubnik's post-game comments. Hit the like button if you're just joining us. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. We're going to get your calls coming up. We're sponsored by Hexclad. I love grilling, especially in the summer, and I got some Hexclad barbecue products on their way to me. The Hexclad grill pan is the favorite thing that I'm looking forward to using. It's going to let me cook vegetables, seafood, fish, kebabs, all those smaller foods without losing half of my dinner through the grill grates. Hexclad brings its hybrid technology outdoors, combining stainless steel searing power, cast iron durability, and non-stick convenience. You still get that smoky grilled flavor and great sear, but with way less sticking, scraping, and cleanup afterward. Everything built to make grilling easier, which is what you want all summer long. Go to hexclad.com/Asman for 10% off your order. That's hexclad.com/Asman for 10% off. Make sure to let them know the Jake Asman Show sent you. More of your super chats here. We've heard from Glenn. We've heard from Klubnik. Stephen Lynch writes in, are you concerned that we were pretty much unable to get a first down with any of our running plays? It was good to see us connect through the air, but I don't think we got any first downs on the ground. Yeah, the running offense wasn't great tonight. The Steelers' rushing defense is obviously very good historically. That said, yeah, it does need to be better, but they moved the ball through the air. So I'll take that over what we have seen from other Jet performances. Plus, Breece Hall wasn't out there tonight. So let's remember that as well. And after Braylon Allen, none of the guys the Jets were playing are going to have a role in this team. 2 interceptions tonight by the Jet defense. First interception in any game since the 3rd game of the preseason last year against the Eagles. Jets' first shutout in a preseason game since August 12th, 2023, when they played Frank Reich and the Carolina Panthers. Another random Jet note for all of you. Daniel in the raffle for 2 says, do you think 6-11 or 7-10 would keep Glenn? That would be a weird spot with other potential head coaches out there in our draft capital. 6 wins, no. 7, it's borderline. It's going to depend how it looks. Is it a soft 7 wins? Like they have 6 before they beat the Bills in week 18, resting their starters? Do they start well, then collapse? There's different types of 7 wins. Do they just have wins against the Dolphins twice, the Browns, the Cardinals, the Raiders, Tennessee? Are any of their wins impressive? It depends how it looks. If Glenn wins 8 wins, he's back. 8-9 would be more than any Jet coach since Bowles in his first year in 2015 when he won 10. 7's borderline. Comes down to the eye test and who else is potentially available. 6, I think he's gone. 5, forget it. 4, see ya. And everyone knows what the deal is. 3rd man in the house. He's in the raffle for 4 with this. I thought Gino looked composed. Same with Cade, given the circumstances. Run plays in the preseason are always vanilla. AD looks like a solid number 2. Most of all, I love seeing them put Braylon out wide and actually throwing him. Well, I think that would be Breece in a game scenario. But yeah, there was one moment where that opening drive, the Jets went empty out of the backfield. Empty set. and Geno found Allen for 5 yards. That was good stuff. They opened the game with the run to Braylon. Then you hit AD for the first down. Play action to AD again. Braylon Allen for 3. Pass deflected. Parham comes up with it. So it's now 3rd and 9. Need to make a play. Geno to Mason Taylor on a nice out route to move the chains. 7th play of the drive, Patrick Queen stuffed Allen on first down. 8th play, that was the empty set to Braylon Allen. The 3rd and 6 on the 9th play was Garrett Wilson making that sliding grab where he ran a great route to get separation and move the chains. And then who didn't love the 10th play? Play action fake, little boot, Jelani Woods all by himself. Love it. Good play call by Frank Reich. They look like a modern offense. Beautifully executed play action there. So the opening drive was as good as it gets for a preseason game. That's what you want to see. And again, the Steelers played some backups, and TJ Watt didn't play. I get that, but they did have a lot of their starters on defense out there. JJ says, who is this guy, Lynn? He looked pretty good with 2 sacks. Should we take any stock in this? I think we definitely should take stock in this. You heard Glenn in the press conference mention that he knew Nate Lynn when he was in Detroit. Lynn was a 2024 UDFA from William and Mary. He had been in camp with the Lions in 2024 and 2025. He got hurt both those years and was cut basically because of it. So he obviously has some talent because they kept bringing him back in Detroit, and Glenn liked him when he was there in 2024. He's 6'3", 255 pounds. I'm reading from Dom C's tweet earlier where he highlighted Nate Lynn as someone to watch, and then good for Dom. Nate Lynn had an awesome game. PFF graded Nate Lynn as an 84.9 preseason grade in 24 and an 87.9 in 25. Last preseason for Detroit, he had 9 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, 5 pressures. He's 2nd all-time in total sacks, 3rd all-time in TFLs, and 1st all-time in forced fumbles at William and Mary. I'm not telling you to, get him fitted for a gold jacket, but I mean, that was impressive to just show up and make some plays tonight. Give him more opportunities. Why not? Braden McGregor's on this team. You mean to tell me Nate Lynn can't beat him out? Why not? One thing I should mention too, the tackling just collectively looked better tonight. This team couldn't tackle, a nun last year. They tackled a lot cleaner tonight, so that's good. Lane Kerner wants to know, how do I feel about Joe Tippmann and Cooper Williams? Not familiar with the second part, but Joe Tippmann, great mullet. All right, are we ready for some calls? A lot of you fired up tonight. Jets are victorious. Jet fans getting a little crazy.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Let's hear from some of you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Ro Delgado started off.
Hey, Jake, how's it going?
What's up, dude?
Not too much. First off, I just wanted to say thank you for letting me sneak in some of those raffle entries at the buzzer yesterday. Super stoked to get that Pennington helmet. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, one of your callers, I can't remember who it was this week, was saying, I kind of hope that the Jets lose so that it could light a fire under that. I'm like, no, dude, how can you not just enjoy and feel encouraged by a win like this? Okay, yes, it's the preseason. I'm not going to go crazy, but I feel good. I mean, I saw a lot of really great football. Geno Smith looked really sharp. There was just a lot. There was just a lot that I saw, and I feel very encouraged.
Better than losing. That's for sure. I agree. You always want to win if you have a chance to win.
Absolutely. I think one of the phrases that I've stolen from you the most since I've started watching you is win football games. Period. I just want to see winning football. And then the last point I want to make is the fact that we got a shutout. I just want to remind people that shutouts are exceedingly rare in any level, preseason, regular season, whatever. You don't get shutouts with super bad coaching. And again, not ready to say, Aaron Glenn has fully made the transition from last year. Sorry, that's my daughter. but yeah, I think the fact that we did shut out a team is a pretty big deal. But anyway, I'm going to leave it to you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to Nashville, counting the days.
Let's go. See you there, Ro.
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Woo!
You always want to win if you can win. Again, let's put it in context. No one's saying the Jets are going to be a good team or they're going to win the Super Bowl or any of that, but starters look good. Both sides of the ball. No major injuries. Some younger players look good. David Bailey had his first sack. Love seeing that. He had a sack against a real NFL tackle. Now, Broderick Jones is not very good, but still, he's starting for a team that was in the playoffs last year. I like seeing what we saw tonight. I think you should be encouraged. Again, the whole key to the Jets having a season is Geno Smith playing above expectations. He plays like, if we can manifest this version of Geno we saw tonight, this will be the best Jet offense they've had since 2015. Or maybe the McCown year. Geno Smith spoke with reporters after the game tonight. Let's listen in. Anyone going to talk?
Feel good to be out there with the guys. Obviously we got one drive in, but we scored a touchdown. You always want to start fast, and so that was a good thing. Definitely a lot of room for improvement. So just looking forward to getting back to practice, getting to work.
You guys hear this? It sounds very low.
I'll keep those to myself, but I just feel like we can.
Can't hear the reporter's question. Again, this is the problem with the Jets. Can we get our starting quarterback's audio to not sound like dog crap? What are we doing here? I will work on this in post-production, and I will boost Eugene's audio here because this is a disgrace. This is an absolute disgrace. I mean, come on. I will get us situated here. I'll take another call in the meantime, and we'll boost Geno's levels in post-production here. In the meantime, Doug on the couch. Let it rip, Doug.
Jake, how you doing? Sorry about that. Man, you'd think an NFL team could figure out audio situations, wouldn't you?
It's like, and I'm looking at it now in my video editor software here, and the levels are so low. What are we doing?
Crazy. Here are my biggest takeaways. And I know they've been the insiders. They're obviously going to have 4 tight ends in the team. That's clear. Jelani Woods going to make the team. Rucker playing on. I don't remember him much playing on punt coverage last year. He made that great tackle today to force the fumble. So clearly they see a role outside of just like a blocking tight end for Rucker. He's really going to play on punt coverage now. So, and then with Sadiq hurt, it's a little different. But so clearly they're going to have 4 tight ends that make the team. I think that means Andrew Beck is gone, and they're not going to have the traditional fullback though.
Beck's roster spot is very much up in the air, I would say. Jelani Woods is making this team.
Yeah, and that shows he played with the first team, scored a touchdown with the first team offense. They're not putting him in with the first team offense.
Well, remember, Sadiq is hurt, so that's why he's getting elevated.
Still, but even with they had Ruckert available too, so
they like Woods, and Frank Reich was with him with the Colts when he was drafted. It's amazing that Jelani Woods couldn't play last year for the Jets. That's how poorly coached the Jet staff was. They had this physical specimen in Jelani Woods and couldn't find any role for him. And then Frank Reich, who's a pro, at least can identify, hey, 6'5", super athletic tight end. Yeah, we're going to put him out there and we're going to use him in some role.
Yeah. And then Lynn, I agree with you that he would have a shot to make the team, because think back to last year when the Jets traded for Briggs. That he was in the team, but he impressed in the preseason and was for that 6th-round swap. If you impress in the preseason, the Jets might, or this front office and staff has shown, if you impress in the preseason and continue, you can make the roster. So, and it's not, like I said, it's not like there's anyone really crazy in front of him keeping him off the team at edge.
Correct. He's on this team. I mean, I don't need to see Brady McGregor anymore.
No. And then they've done this in the past, like the Joe Evers with the Brendan Codrington thing. They got a lot of returners. Maybe you flip one for a late day 3 pick, and because Isaiah Williams and Nguanu are your returners, but it's also like if you can stash one of these guys in the practice squad in case Williams or Nguanu get hurt, it's good to know that they have these guys who would be capable returners in a situation unlike Xavier Gibson was last year. So it's good to know you have capable backup options if you're able to stash one of these guys on the P squad, or you can just trade one for a late pick instead of just cutting them. So it's good they're able to identify these talents and pros on the pro scouting level. It feels like.
Amen.
Yeah.
How's Australia, Doug?
Not too bad. You know.
Do Jet victories feel better down under?
Jets preseason victories, I'm going to be 100% honest, don't really do much for me. If it was a Jets regular season victory, yeah, it'd be great.
It didn't move a little bit? Not even a wiggle?
No. I'm happy that the Yankees keep winning right now.
That's right.
And it looks, I think Bellinger will be back Monday. Now, if the Yankees send down Spencer Jones, that'd be idiotic, but who knows? They got it at this point. They just called up Schumann because of the injury, so they'll probably just send back down Schumann. But I would just DFA Rosario because they clearly aren't using him anymore.
You know what I always say, Doug? You play to win the game.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Good night for the teams I root for. Yankees win again, and the Jets picking up a big dub in the preseason. Big fella says, did Arian Smith play tonight? Doesn't matter. Oh, he played, and he did nothing. Why is he on this team? Because he was a 4th-round pick when he should have been a UDFA. Will Darren Muji own a mistake? Tune in on Cutdown Day to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, because the Jets media team failed to give you Gino, I took matters into my own hands. Here is our QB1.
Hey, Gino, what's up?
How you doing? Good.
How was the ankle? How was the day out
I feel good to be out there with the guys. You know, obviously we got one drive in, but we scored a touchdown. You always want to start fast, and so that was a good thing. Definitely a lot of room for improvement. So just looking forward to getting back to practice, getting to work. I'll keep those to myself, but I just feel like we can be a lot better.
What about, you had to move around a little bit tonight? Feel like normal out there? No issues?
Yeah, I felt good. I felt like, we did what we had to do in that first drive to get some points on the board.
How good did you feel, Gino, that third down where you kind of had to roll right, you hit Garrett, just get on the move, just kind of – sometimes maybe that doesn't happen in a camp practice, right? When you're wearing the red jersey, you feel good to get that one going?
Yeah, it was good to, just continue the drive. Garrett's a great player, and he did a great job, ran a great route, and was able to hit him on the route. Felt good, man. It was good to get points on that drive. We started fast, and that's something we like to do.
Do you feel like you're ready to go for week one?
Every day is a process, man. You got to take it step by step and never look too far ahead. So, today was a good showing in one drive, but we got to keep working.
Would you lobby to get a look next week, or do you think it's just better to kind of shut it down and point towards September?
Whenever coach tells me to go out there and play, I'm ready to play.
13 years, you don't got any influence on that?
I'm not the coach, so I'll leave it up to coach.
Anything you guys feel like you need to clean up as an offense out there, just off the top of your head?
Yeah, I think we can always get better. There's always room for improvement, and we'll watch the film and see where we can get better at. But, we're always going to try and chase perfection and find ways to get better.
What was your favorite play of the night? I mean, obviously it's a touchdown for you.
For me, all of them, every single opportunity. Like I said, man, I don't really get too high or too low on anything. I think it's about the process, and I'm really focused on the process. So just seeing all the guys get touches and to see the offense score on the first drive and give our defense a lead to play with, that's something we want to do. And it was good to get out there and just get some run.
You don't want to get hit too much, but is that something that you want to get out of the way too?
I don't mind getting hit. It's football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been hit my whole life. That's why I chose to play this game, and I enjoy it. I'll get back up every single time.
How do you feel that third down conversion to back there?
Oh, that felt great. Like I said, that's something we want to do, man. Like, we're going to have to be able to, pick up some third down conversions and stay on the field. And so it was great just to keep the drive going and then finish in the end zone.
What do you think of the way your defense played?
Anytime you get a shutout, multiple turnovers, that's the formula to winning games. And I thought the defense did a tremendous job. All the guys that were in there, I thought they played well.
First start for the Jets in more than 9 years. How did it feel wearing the green and white again?
I'm so focused, man. I didn't have any feelings. I was just looking forward to playing.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Jet up. Let's go.
Jet up. Let's go. That's our quarterback.
Jet up. Let's go.
Good for Gino. He played well tonight. Again, one drive, but it's going to be 10 plays, and they're going to be efficient, and he's going to go 7 of 7, spread the ball out to 5 different pass catchers. I don't think we're going to count Dylan Parham, but He did have a catch tonight. A.D. Mitchell had 2. Garrett had 1. By the way, I'm going to risk it because it's so good. I got to show it. I'll show it through Twitter here, so the NFL can't get mad that we're showing this. All right, you got to get close to your screens here. Look at this. All right, Garrett Wilson, disgusting what he did on this route here on that 3rd down. Look at that. Look at that. Thing of beauty. Look at the footwork. I would just get separation. 22's got no answers. He deked him out of his jock. God, Garrett is so good. And I just hope that Gino, if we're not going to win a lot of games, can Gino just pepper him with targets so Garrett can get his numbers? Keep him happy for Arch Manning or whoever our quarterback ends up being next year. Andrew C. says, the game is to play to vitality, harmony, am I saying that word correct? Dream also wrote, you play the game to win. Aaron Glenn. Glenn did say that last year. Adam is too cool, says 7 went 7 for 7 and got a 7. That is true. Also, can we sit Austin McNamara for next game? Can't risk him getting hurt.
Get up. Let's go.
McNamara is a weapon. Jet special teams needs to remain elite. They got to win every game on the margins. All right, more of your calls right now. A Jet victory means this man is smoking a victory cigar.
Get ready for Neil. He will make 13 points about the New York Jets and maybe hump a Patriots jersey. Get ready for Neil. He's probably smoking a big fat cigar and burning his house to the ground. That's Neil.
Wow. What the hell did we just watch, Jake, my brother?
Hello,
Holy
Neil.
shit. Anyhow, this is one of, I hope, many, many victory cigars that I will be smoking this year. Again, like Gino and like Aaron Glenn, I don't want to get too high or too low. Aaron sounds like a little baby now instead of a big rooster cocking his chest out. Anyhow, Jake, I can't, when all I see on my side, on your side is a circle, so I can't hear your responses, which it really doesn't matter much because I don't, let you talk much. But I'll just give a couple quick points and I'll move on.
These won't be quick or a couple, but go ahead.
I love the discipline that this team is playing with, Jake. One thing that we're not talking about is there's really I don't see flags against us very often, which is very, very encouraging. I also don't see many guys dropping passes, which is also very, very encouraging. Pittsburgh had their first team defense out there quite a bit, even when Klubnik came in. And I didn't see, again, when our second team offensive line went in, they got pressure on Klubnik. But for the most part, Gino was clean. And I want to tell you, when a quarterback is clean and he's a veteran and he has an arm, he will tear you to pieces. And that's what we saw today. Gino is spread it around.
Jet up. Let's go.
That's it, baby. Jet up. Frank Reich looks real good. Play calling was imaginative. Jelani Woods got into the action. Didn't play a single snap last year after we got him. And as far as guys that impressed me a little bit, well, second stringers, I like the kid Clark. I like Clark's son. He looked pretty good. He's got a pedigree. I think he might be somebody that's on the bubble. Obviously, this kid Lynn had a game for the ages, so he looks like he's a keeper in some way, shape, or form. He's an edge. I don't want to see what's his name anymore. I'm done seeing 55. He might as well just pack up his lunch pail and head for the gate when he gets back. Obviously, Beck is gone. Arian Smith is gone. I think that's pretty much all I got. Woods looked good. The O-line, again, gave Gino time. And I will let you get on to other callers.
These goddamn exploding cigars. I gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
Excellent job, Neil. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, end of the show. You want to win the David Bailey jersey behind me? It's yours. You can get your own. Make sure you enter the raffle by gifting a membership or sending in a super chat that qualifies. Dun, dun, dun. I see Indy Jet is in the chat. Indy, I saw your comment before the postgame show started. You wrote this hours ago. Don't worry. I'm like Robert Saleh. I keep receipts. Indy Jets goes, who's tuning in to hear Jake constantly bash AG? You are, apparently, because you're in the chat. You clown, Indy? You clown? Yeah, hit the clown music, Indy Jet. I see you. It's almost like when the Jets win, you give credit. And when they go 3-14, you're critical. Love you, Indy. But come on. The same people who complain about the show, they're the ones who watch the most. It's amazing how that works. More of your calls right now. Appreciate everyone who's with us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lou B time.
He's throwing parties for Jets fans. See him shouting at Knicks games. This guy's getting that beast is hot water. 69 so many times he's lost count. No surrender, he's never leaving early. Jets, Lou B.
Jake. I have some mixed emotions about tonight, I have to tell you. Of course, I'm very excited that they won. You know, I want them to win all the time. But there was a lot of good and a lot of bad. My opinion on this game was
what was the bad? They won 17-0.
No, they almost got Cade killed. That second string line, the line that came in to block for him, the guy who missed that block for Gino in the first series. That fucking guy came in like a missile. Who missed that block? Someone missed that block. Almost got Gino killed on like the second or third play of the game.
It's football, so like the quarterback is going to get hurt, is going to get hit. That's just how it works. Kene and Wanu missed a terrible block that almost got Cade killed. If that's what you're thinking of.
Okay, no, that was Gino. Somebody came in like a missile on Gino, and believe it or not, the Giants. Look at them. I think they're going to cut that running back that missed that block.
Yeah, Tyrone Tracy missed that block, right? But like that again, that happens. Like it's not always the offensive line. Tonight, I thought the offensive line when Cade was out there was not great, but
yeah.
To me, there's more positives and negatives, though.
No, without a doubt.
Backups on the O-line.
They definitely learned how to tackle. I mean, we made some great, like, I would think that was tackles that like a team like Seattle would make. There was like tackles that they got away and then they really just caught him. That was really some really impressive tackles tonight. That's the shit that got me really excited. Woods is a player. Maybe if Sadiq was in, we wouldn't have seen the potential that Woods has. And, that's one positive that came out of Sadiq being sidelined right now, which doesn't sound like a good thing. But, yeah, I just thought that the backup lineman, if it ever comes to that, we'll be in a little bit of trouble because the Cade did not look like he had really good protection. And, obviously he, was struggling a little bit, but he's learning. I'm glad he played as much as he did. I think, AG must have heard your rant after the preseason game because they left him in, I thought long enough. It was long enough.
He even took it a step further. He went out there and he let Cade start the third quarter, which I thought was smart. Let him go through a halftime and come out and start a game, start a second half.
Yeah, and obviously you could tell he needs to learn. He doesn't hand off the ball too well. It's like so obvious when he's doing a handoff. It's like almost if he had a sign on his fucking head. But and he doesn't fake it very well either. But these are things that he'll learn in time, and that's why he's a young guy and he's learning. And I think he's going to be great. Like I said, I think he has mojo, moxie, and all that good shit. He has it. And Gino looked great. I think he just came out there but I just was very upset when they almost got him hit because I was like, oh my God, If that was the play that would have knocked Gino out, I would have. I literally almost got sick. I'm telling you.
That's why you played one drive. And they scored, and it's preseason. You get them out on a high note. I think if they went 3 and out on the first drive, he would have played a second drive. But thankfully, they went down the field and scored.
Yeah, I felt like that was where our luck changed, because if our luck was really bad this year, he would not got up. So I'm glad things are looking good, Jake. I'm kind of excited. I love that they could tackle, because last year that was the most embarrassing shit ever. Them missing every single fucking tackle. It could be 5 guys. Like, they only needed one guy on one guy to make a tackle tonight, and that is what impressed me as a Jets fan tonight. The tackling, for sure.
You love the tackling.
I love the tackling.
Yeah.
I love the fucking tackling. Come on, they made some good tackles tonight, Jake. You had to see that shit.
No, they played well defensively. Again, the quarterbacks are facing, they're third stringers to this point, but the starting defense looked pretty good. Bailey looked really good. He's part of the team forever, hopefully. So I'm excited.
They're aggressive. They're full tilt. They're a very aggressive team. Like, they're gonna fight. I don't think they're gonna give up too easily. I've been saying that. They just look different in practice. They're more aggressive. They're coming. They're there to play. And who knows? The other thing, when we were together at the game the other day, and we didn't see Frank on the sidelines, when Frank Wright wasn't on the sidelines, the OC. So that's his new. He's going to be up there the whole time.
I guess he prefers to call it from the booth than on the sideline. Well, I mean, the last couple of times he's been an offensive play caller, he's been the head coach as well. So if it's up to him, he's going to go where he's the most comfortable, which clearly for him is the booth. He's done it the first 2 games.
I would not have thought that going into the season that's where he would have been. But hey, look, you got a good view and you can assess things and you could take advice a little better. There's people in the room that can help you out. Maybe that's an advantage. I don't know, but I was.
Well, they have a veteran quarterback coach and Musgraves, who's been an OC before, so he's Gino's ear on the sideline, and then Wright can assess the field view, and he feels like he probably could get a better feel for what play to call when he could see it from above.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but the preseason game that we were at, Garrett had a headpiece on too. Garrett was in there listening too, for whatever reason. Just listening throughout the game. I don't know if he did that tonight. I don't know if anyone saw him with a headset tonight, but it's interesting seeing G5 with a headset on, just like listening to plays and giving input. Maybe, who knows? God only knows. But I was happy. I'm glad we won. It was nice to see a 17-0 score not be our record. So that was pretty fucking good.
They scored. They won. They got 2 interceptions.
And did we get out healthy? Did we have any injuries?
Yeah, I mean, the only injury that I heard was something that happened, this week before the game. Malagoa, the third linebacker, didn't play because Glenn said he has a hamstring that he could have played through if it was an actual game, but they were being careful with him. So that was the only injury that I heard Aaron Glenn talk about. I haven't heard anything else.
Yeah, look, I'm happy, guys. I mean, we are on the path. I know we're going to do better this year. I feel it. I know it. I can't wait for Tennessee.
Yeah, that's the Super Bowl, though. Gangrene pre-party at Barstool, Nashville. Tell the people.
Yeah, so Barstool is absolutely the best venue in Nashville. It's not like second, or it's number 1. And I think we start at 4 p.m., right? And just have to sign up on Jake's link. We are going to throw an all-time bash here. There's a bar crawl that ends here. There's like, it's just going to be madness here. And we're going to do, Jake's going to do his show live from Barstool. And then we're going to, the next day, we're going to go to the tailgate, right here. There you go. Game day flag crew. You got to buy tickets to this, not a free sign up. So you use Jake's code, save $10. This is going to be great. Today, I found out that the Commerce Parking 310 is the parking lot that if you want to buy a parking pass, that's closest to their tailgate. I spoke to Lou today, bought my parking pass. Going in Johnny Boy's car, got it all plotted out. My bag will be in there. And then, Commerce 310 for a parking spot. That's the closest, then you can walk over. And then we're going to the fucking game, and we've taken over section 110, 125 that whole Kansas in, and we have some new guests that were looking to jump in with us today. Me and Jake were talking about. We'll see if that happens. So it's going to be special. It's going to be, and we have to win. How do we go there with Neil, Peter Castro, Thunderlips,
it's a
Johnny
must-win.
Boy, Snowball, Jake, Fireman, Ed, the crew, Ralphie Rocks, the Court Sports, Bree, Hot girl talk. This is like the all-time squad. If our energy can't bring together a home a win, we never will,
The
everyone.
season's over. They don't win week 1. It's all over.
The only person we're missing there, Jake, and I've been thinking about, is the Dream. We need the Dream at this game. The Dream needs to make. I'll find a ticket for you, Dream, if you're out there. I will find a fucking ticket for you.
I'm Andrew C, but they call me the Dream. I got me some fucked up readers. My buddy Jerry, he's a sailor man. He gets me hammered every weekend. Happy's barking when I talk to Jake. Well, I've got to drive my propane truck. They told me I needed a nickname. That's why they call me the Dream.
Oh, man, here he is.
Dream, we're getting you to week 1.
The guy.
Well. Oh, Lou
What
B.
the fuck? That dog
Lou
talks
B.
better than you.
Dream, Jets Titans week 1. Kicking Salah's ass. We need you there.
Well, I mean, I told Lou B. I do.
What's going on over there?
Man, my
Good thing the
dog.
Jets don't have any night games. Could you imagine how many post-game calls?
Well, no,
with
there
Dream?
was a Lou B. There was a Lou B. Me and Lou B. and talk, and with the lights was out was like.
Exactly, Dream. We need you there in Nashville for week 1.
No, but he said, he's like, yo, I need you on September 13th in Nashville. It's
Right.
like, well, that's because September 13th is my birthday.
Really?
And Lou B
It's your
was like, oh,
birthday?
you got
It's your birthday, Dream?
Come
Now the Jets are
on,
definitely
Dream.
winning. Let's go.
Nah, I can't.
Yes, we need you there.
No, well,
Dream, what's your dream? We're trying to get an answer. Can you come to Nashville?
No, Nashville. I speak Nashville, but yeah. Can I
You
come
speak
to
Nashville. That sounds like
Can
a
I
yes
come
to me.
Nashville language? You fucking fegatito. I mean, we're talking.
What? A fegatito?
Dream, we'll see you in Nashville.
I'm Andrew C, but they call me the Dream. I got me some fucked up readers. My buddy Jerry, he's a sailor man. He gets me hammered every weekend. Happy's barking when I talk to Jake. Well, I've got to drive my propane truck. They told me I needed a nickname. That's why they call me the Dream.
We're all going to be speaking Nashville by the time we're done.
Jake, if I see a propane tank parked at 310 Commerce parking lot, I'm going to say, oh, fuck, he's here. This guy, the fact that he drives a propane tanker is so crazy to me, man. Like, that is just crazy. With one fucking lens. But yeah, I don't know, Jake. Have a great night. I'm excited. They played well. They played well. They're aggressive. I love the Jets.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lou B.
J-E-T-S, Jets, woo!
Today, I got a great voicemail from one of my favorite human beings. A man who will join us every Monday morning, win or lose, throughout the Jet season for the 3rd straight year.
Asman, who's better than you, bro? I got one word for you. Pain.
I sent Beningo one of my brand new Pain hats from my merch store, and Joe called me today to say thank you, and I missed his call, so he left me that voicemail. I had a great chat with Joe when I called him back. We're going to have Joe on every Monday during the season. And I also could share this. Beningo's thinking about coming to Nashville for week 1. So we're going to get him and the great Kenny Scarbaccio to Nashville for week 1. I'm making it my goal to convince Joe to do it. He's very interested. I said, Joe, we got a ticket for you. Same section as Fireman Ed, myself, Lou B, all the Asmaniacs in section 110. If you haven't bought tickets yet, go to SeatGeek, use code Collective10, save 10%. But the goal is to get Beningo to Nashville, folks. It's happening. It is the Jets Super Bowl in week 1.
We are mama way.
It's happening.
Asman, who's better than you, bro? I got one word for you. Pain.
Oh, yeah. Drake Test gifted a membership. He's in the raffle for one. Barney says, I saw more tackles and interceptions than all of last year. Well, you definitely saw more interceptions tonight than you saw all of last year. They had 0 in the regular season. They had 1 in the preseason. I actually don't know if they had just 1. I know they had 1 against Kyle McCord last year. I think Malachi Moore had it in that 3rd preseason game. But, I mean, 2 picks tonight? Crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. And I want to remind people that we're still accepting gifted memberships and super chats to give away a Bailey jersey or a Jets player of your choosing. Let's hit more calls before we wrap up our post game with the raffle. Griffin, what do you got for us, my man?
Hey, one thing I noticed in today's game that brought me a lot of kind of optimism. It feels like it's been forever since we've had a quarterback who can take hit and get back up and keep dealing. And I think that's something that was said in that post-game clip. He's like, I love getting hit. I will keep getting back up. The trauma in me, I saw him take that first hit in that first series. Every muscle in my body clench, and then I think it was literally the next play. He had the edges snuck behind him, and he jumped right in the pocket. There was the other play where he rolls out left. He has two defensemen straight down his face, and he still hits the. I think it was on the sideline to AD on that play. Something that I feel like we haven't seen since. As much as it's a weird thing to say, Zach had aspects when he wasn't.
Griffin, I tried to hang on for as long as I could, but your audio was just getting worse. But I got the gist of your point. Yeah, I mean, Gino's a football player. Justin Fields was a pussycat without the P, if we're going to be honest. I screwed that up, actually. Justin Fields was a pussycat without the cat is the correct verbiage I was going for. He was soft. He was soft. He got hit. He didn't want to throw the ball anymore. Soft. Gino's at least a real quarterback where he'll get up and throw. Like, he can take hits. Sometimes Gino can take hits from his own teammate. But, yeah, I mean, look, you don't want to see a quarterback get hit, but, like, Gino, I don't think toughness is a problem for Gino. I think Fields last year, like, he didn't want to throw downfield. It was a real thing. More of your calls right now. If you're on hold, stay there. I promise we're going to get you. Thabo is up next. What's up, Thabo?
Hey, what's up, Jake? It's Tabo, by the way. I don't think I've ever told you that, but
Tabo, my fault,
yeah.
Tabo.
No, it's all good. Hey man. So yeah, I just joined the show. So I don't know if you've answered this question already. Apologize if it's already been asked, but I've been kind of wondering like what's going on with Omar Cooper because I think I told you before. I live in Indiana, so like I know like the hype about Omar, because he's obviously had a great year last year and he's always been like a decent receiver, like what I'm saying as far as Indiana goes. But I just don't understand why do you feel like they're not targeting him as much and kind of getting him involved in the game plan as much?
Well, I think tonight he played more with the ones than he had last week. I'll go back and watch it, have more thoughts on it. I think he just is kind of like a rookie, right? Like it's a very new offense compared to what he was doing at Indiana. And I think Isaiah Williams had a good camp. So they're rewarding him with, more playing time. And he still was out there with the backups tonight. Again, like I don't think he's like been bad in training camp. I just don't think he's like flashed the way like Garrett Wilson came in and flashed right away. So I wouldn't worry about Omar Cooper Jr. Like it's still so early on in like his development as a player. He'll get a lot of opportunities, I'm sure, this year.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, he is a rookie getting used to the new system and everything. And also I want to ask you, because I'm going to the Bears and Jets game because it's in Chicago, so that's like the closest game to me that I'm going to go to. I don't know.
How are you a Jet fan, by the way, living in Indiana?
So the year that the Colts were undefeated, because I was born in South Africa. I moved here when I was like 3, so I never felt like I was supposed to be a Colts fan, if that makes sense. And when I was watching, it was the year that the Colts were undefeated and the Jets beat them It's when they still had like Peyton Manning and stuff like that. And I remember
2009 when the Jets were able to take down Curtis
yeah.
Payton when
Curtis
Jim
Painter.
Caldwell, took Peyton
Yes,
out of the game. And
bro, that's exactly the game. That's exactly the game that I became a Jets fan. And ever since then, like, I've just stuck with it. I remember I went to visit my uncle back in South Africa when we were in the AFC Championship game, and like they're 7 hours ahead of us. So like I watched like the whole replay versus us versus the Steelers. I remember crying my eyes out, like, what I'm saying? I was like 11 years old, but like I was like crying my eyes out, like, dang, like, you know what I mean? But I love being a Jet. I wouldn't want to cheer for another team. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it to you, but like I love being a Jet.
that's crazy, man. You grew up in a town that like had like one of the best quarterbacks ever. You
Yeah.
didn't pick the Colts.
No, yeah, I never felt the because the Colts fans, it's a certain way that they act and whatnot that I never connected with. But like with the Jets, when they beat the Colts, it's just something that like clicked. Like I'm like, oh no, I'm a Jets fan. Like, you know what I mean? And that's when I got locked in. And ever since then it's been ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for anything, man, to be honest. Because I definitely feel like the energy is about to shift. Because I saw this podcast and this guy was talking about the Bills. The Bills have a longer playoff drought than we had. They 19 years they didn't have a playoff appearance, and then they had a bridge quarterback, which was Tyrod Taylor at that time, and then they made the playoffs. So, and then also with the Chiefs weren't good for a long time. They had a bridge quarterback, which was Alex Smith, and then they made the playoffs. They got Patrick Mahomes. The Bills got Josh Allen. So I feel like Geno was our bridge quarterback, and I'm obviously optimistic, but I definitely feel like something could happen this year where, maybe, we're in the talk for the playoffs and whatnot, and that could be our bridge quarterback to get us to our franchise quarterback, because we do have the setup for, to be successful. The only thing that concerns me is like our secondary a little bit. I feel like we can definitely, bulk up on that, but we haven't even seen D'Angelo Pons play. So I definitely think there's a lot of room for improvement, but we're on the right track. And I think with Darren Muji, like that is definitely the guy that's gonna, even if Aaron Glenn pans out or not, I feel like Darren Muji is definitely going to, lead us in the right direction. So I'm really excited for what we have going on, man, to be honest with you.
I love it, man. I love the positivity from Indiana. So you got to call back, and hopefully with some lights next time so we can see what you look like.
Oh yes, sir. I got you. Yeah, yeah, a little too. Yeah. But I got you, man. Thank you for taking my call, man. And as always, man, go Jets. Great win tonight, man. Love it.
Love it. Let's go.
Jets, Jets. Woo!
Good call there. Ladies and gentlemen, our next caller was in the building tonight, sitting right behind the Jet bench. He was sending our group chat all these behind-the-scenes photos, including one. You know what? I'll bring it up with him when he's on the air. Dominic D'Angelo joins us now. Hello, Dom.
Hey, Jake. What's happening, man? Good to see you.
How was the game? You in the glory of a Jet victory.
I know it was a blast. It was crazy though. Like there was not a lot of Jets fans there. It took me like probably 10 minutes walking towards the stadium to finally see like another Jet jersey. And I was like, oh my God, there's one. And then I kept seeing other teams that weren't even, I saw Bills jerseys. I saw a Drake May jersey. I was like, what is going on? And then I was like, well, I'm sure there'll be some fans on the sideline of the Jets. And there was like me and another guy. And then later on, like I texted you, Brady Cook's family was behind us. And then I think later on, I saw A.D. Mitchell's family a little bit too, because there was two A.D. Mitchell's jerseys.
What'd you say to Brady Cook's family? Be like, your son's awesome? And they were like, no, he's not.
No, he kind
They're
of
like, come on, don't lie to us.
There is a picture floating around of me somewhere with Brady Cook's family because we all took a group shot at the end.
All the Jet fans who were there?
Yeah, all the Jets fans that were there.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a good
Good
time
for Brady Cook. You know what? Good for Brady Cook. He completed 50% of his passes, and it was a touchdown for one of them. So
you could tell he was determined on the sideline too. He kept he was throwing it. He had his helmet off. I'm like that's the weird thing I thought is like when Geno was out and when Cade was done too, they'd still like get their helmets on and wait on the sidelines. I was like, why are you wearing helmets? You're not going to play again. You're fine.
Maybe they wanted to hear the play call from Reich.
Oh, okay. That's probably it then. Yes. Oh, good call. See?
Can we talk about what you sent in the group chat? So Dom sends us this picture and he goes, also not sure, but it looks like Brownlee had to whip his hog out on the sideline. and you sent this photo. What exactly is happening here?
I have no idea. But like he walked over there and what I saw was like a blue ice bag. So I don't know if they were doing something down there, but he was they held the towel up for him and he was doing
They
something.
held the towel up to cover him doing something with his hog. Is that what you're saying here?
That's what I was kind of maybe assuming, but
So you won't get this type of analysis on any other post game show.
No,
folks.
this is
this is
breaking
why
news,
I have
everyone.
60,000 subscribers. This type of analysis from the Jets sideline. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on here, but you might know.
That's all I know. That's all I'm aware of. I filmed a little bit, but I was like, I don't want to see anything. And, so.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was some interesting news. I don't know if this got told, and I just tweeted it out, but Nathan Voorhees, linebacker, edge rusher, I think he was carted off at the end of the game. So hopefully he's okay. But
I didn't hear Glenn say anything about that.
Yeah, I saw him. He had to take a ride on the card in the back, but overall, this was fun. It was really neat to see. I sat right behind the quarterback bench, so Cade, he was right in front of the fan, so his hair would be flowing anytime he got up or anything like that. And then I do think though that he did tell the one girl to turn the fan off. So, but otherwise than that, yes, David Bailey.
What a view you had! I mean, look at it. You got Garrett there. You got Bailey. You saw it all.
Yeah, I was second row, and then there was nobody sitting in the front row for like the first half, so I just moved up front and sat there until the guys finally showed up, and then I sat in the back again, and then nearing the 2-minute warning, I jumped back up front again. So, but yeah, I had an amazing view. It was really cool, and you could tell too that the sideline was pretty positive. Like it just seemed like everybody's really into the game. Garrett Wilson had the headset on nearing the end of the game and all that stuff too, so he was very proactive. Gino, after he did his drive and stuff like that, went around and congratulated everybody on the drive. So he was very like into the team and aspect of it all. Glenn was pumped when the interceptions happened. He was very excited. And so yeah, it was kind of a neat little experience. Preseason, yeah, it's whatever, but it was still cool to see. I was really happy to see like the team kind of be on this cohesive unit from what it seemed like.
Well, they never win in Pittsburgh, so it's nice for them to actually win when you're able to go to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, kind of refreshing. And like the guys beside me, both Steelers fans, I was like, yeah, just give us this. We'll be all right for a while. This is our peak, baby. So
that's awesome. I'm glad you got to see it, man. Great call. I'm glad you called in to share your perspective.
Yeah, thanks, brother. It's always great to work with you. And shout out to all the Asmaniacs out here. So hey, let's get something going here this year. How about
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Dom D'Angelo. Outstanding stuff there. Dorian in the raffle for one. Thank you, Dorian. I appreciate you. Joe the Jet with a super chat. Jake, if this is Glenn's defense we're getting, you might have to dress as a superhero. Aaron Glenn leads the Jets to the playoffs. I dress up as a superhero of his choice. Whatever superhero he wants. Defense looked good tonight. I want to obviously provide context. They have yet to face a second-string quarterback this preseason. Last week, the Bucs didn't play Trask or Baker. Tonight, the Steelers didn't play Rudolph or obviously Rodgers. So we'll see. The defense is going to be better this year. It can't be any worse. I'm still not sold it's going to be a very good defense. I'm hoping it could be an opportunistic defense. They might allow yards, but can they force takeaways? Can they be better in the red zone? That's how you could potentially steal some games. Like, that's what they're going to have to do to have any chance of being a successful unit this year. That's just what it comes down to. Hit the like button. More of your calls coming up.
Play call is my superpower, really.
At least it was tonight. Nick B is next. What's up, Nick?
Hey, Jake. I hear what you're saying about they haven't faced a first-string quarterback yet, but one thing that I took away from – can you hear?
Yeah, I hear. I'm just saying, or a second-string quarterback either.
Or a second-string quarterback, but the one thing that I want to take away that's plagued the Jets for years are turnovers and penalties. And what I saw tonight was a lack of turnovers by our offense and a lack of penalties. Like, there weren't dumb penalties, which is what I'm taking away from this whole experience against a really, like, historically solid team.
Yeah, I mean, look, they were clean tonight in both areas. I mean, they came up with takeaways. They didn't turn it over themselves, and the penalties weren't a problem. So, yeah, it's again, you rather this happen than the other way around. I just don't want to make too much of a preseason win because the Jets smoked the Packers in the preseason opener a year ago. The Packers were the 1 seed until Micah Parsons got hurt, and the Jets were a 3-win team. So, like, you could have takeaways from it, but like I don't want to make like overarching like big picture statements based on the result when the Steelers didn't play a lot of their guys.
And I agree with that. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. But at the same time, the biggest call outs from this team were we were one of the most penalized teams before AG took over. And like the defense just fell short once Salah got shown the door. The first, like every level of the defense from the first string to the fourth string today fought. They showed life. They showed energy. They showed discipline. Like I get that you don't want to make it too much of a big thing, but I got to put tonight's win on just solid fundamental coaching because the defense got their ears pinned back in the second half of the game, and we haven't seen the defense be able to do that in a long time. And I'm just happy to see it. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to go to this like crazy playoff schedule. I'd be happy with 7 to 8 wins on the high side. But what I'm saying is that we've criticized AG and his coaching staff, and I think that this coaching staff flip, from what I've seen tonight, it's working because they were poised. They were calm. They didn't do a lot of penalties. And at the end of the day, every string played violent football.
They look good. Again, it's tough. It's tough to be like, wow, this means anything more than like, all right, look good in a preseason scenario against third and fourth string quarterbacks. Like the Steelers didn't play a lot of their key guys, so you have to take that into account. But again, they all the units for the most part showed something, which and the takeaway should be Geno and the starters look very good on that opening drive, and the starting defense continues to look good, and they should look good when they're facing third string quarterbacks through their 5 possessions so far. So like, and there were no major injuries. Some of the depth pieces like Nate Lynn is encouraging. Like there's things that you could point to tonight to be excited. David Bailey getting a sack is a big deal. He beat Broderick Jones, who's a starting tackle on the Steelers. So there's definitely positive. I'm not trying to minimize it. I just have done this too many times to like have like very broad, big, strong opinions on a preseason result. Like the preseason lies a lot, man.
I know, man. Hey, I mean, 30 plus years of being a Jet fan, I've been through it all. I'm just saying, I like the fact that when you're fourth string,
4-0 in the preseason. Yeah,
when your fourth string defense is getting after it, to me, that's a sign of good coaching. That's my takeaway from it. And also, shout out to Jordan Clark, Ryan Clark's kid. He was in the game a little bit.
I thought he played very well tonight. I thought he looked pretty good last week too.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it. And wearing that number 33, you gotta be out there pushing it. Hey man, thank you so much for taking my call. I appreciate the conversation. I am cautiously optimistic, but I think that the Jets are in a much better place than they were 12 months ago.
Hell yeah. I love it, Nick. Let's go.
Jet up. Let's go.
I agree with him. They are in a much better place because 12 months ago, they didn't have 3 first-round picks in a loaded 2027 draft. Let's call for what it is. Aaron Glenn might be terrible, right? We don't know yet. But if he's bad, there's light at the end of the tunnel. If he's good and we have a fun season, that's encouraging. So I'm not with the, just tank. I don't want to tank yet. If they start 0-4, I'm with all the people that just want to lose. But like, I don't know, man. I do this for 4 hours a day. I'd like to talk about wins, like having fun watching our team. I don't want to root for losses yet. I'll root for losses if they're 0-4 going nowhere. But I'm going to Nashville for week 1. I want to see wins. I want to see victories. Mark wants to see victories, right, Mark?
Hey, Jake, how are you, brother?
What's up, Mark?
Hey, listen, I was at the game tonight. Can you hear me?
We lost you for a second, but you said you were at the game tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. At the game tonight, we're actually the epitome of ships passing in the night. I just missed you on draft night, literally by like 3 minutes. So um, yeah, at McFadden's. So yeah, at the game tonight, just want to say I'm from Pittsburgh. These fans here always they're the best. You know what I mean? They're good spirited. They always treat me well when I'm here, even in my now. Granted, I wear a Revis jersey, so that's kind of a little bit of a protective barrier. Being the Revis was an Aliquippa guy, a Pitt guy. So there's always extra love for Revis here. So that's kind of strategic, either him or obviously Curtis. But wanted to say that the atmosphere was great tonight. I was the guy, I don't know if you remember on draft night, that was very anti Drew Aller. I said it in a super chat, whenever Drew got drafted by the Steelers. So it was just fun being in the house tonight and hearing everyone call him Boo Aller. I got a kick out of that. But just watching it live, there was, watching him drop back, there were some receivers open that he missed. Being a big Penn State fan, as I am, I watched that a lot live. Being there, in Happy Valley, following him. So I don't know if you remember those chats during the draft or not, but obviously, being a Penn State guy, I root for him. I root for Olu. I root for all the Penn State guys. But it was just kind of nice seeing that. Maybe that wasn't totally wrong that we didn't go that way, and we got the Chupper Club.
I love it, Mark. I'm sorry I missed you when you were in Pitt, or when I was in Pitt, I guess, because you live over there. But hopefully, I'll meet you at a game this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, literally when I got to McFadden's, they said like I missed you by like 3 minutes. So, first time caller. I've tried to, I've meant to call in a few times, but with work schedules, it's tough. But at the game tonight, heading back, sitting in a parking lot now, I just figured I'd call in quick. Saying the atmosphere was fun. Had a good time tonight. It's obviously great to get the win, even though. All the Steeler fans around me were like, it's a pretend win, but it's okay. It was just fun being out there, being amongst the fans. Everyone was great there tonight. So just had a great experience. Just wanted to call it and say that had a fun time tonight. Pretend win or not, we'll take it.
Hey, that's awesome, Mark. I got you down in the raffle for 2. I'm glad you made the call. Hopefully you call in again soon. It's a win. We don't win a lot of games as Jet fans, so we'll take it, especially in Pittsburgh. And yeah, I was not very impressed with Aller at all. I thought I actually watched a lot of that Steeler Packer preseason opener, and I thought Drew Aller played well that night, but give credit, I guess, to the Jet backups because they're the ones who faced Aller because he didn't start playing until the third quarter. They held him in check. If you're going to play, you rather win than lose. I don't think we could draw like big conclusions on like what the Jets are as a team from a preseason result. But I think there's things you could take away from preseason games about individual players. David Bailey continues to check every box you want from a guy you used the number 2 pick on. A.D. Mitchell continues to prove that what we've been hearing from the spring, that he's this team's number 2 receiver and him and Geno have really good chemistry. That's legit. The offensive line on that 3rd and 6 completion to Mason Taylor. What a pocket for Geno. Like, there's things you could see and feel good about. Individual players, individual units. But I'm just not going to be like, well, they beat the Steelers in the preseason, so the Jets are now going to be a 9-win team. Preseason could lie. The 08 Lions were 4-0 in the preseason. But there's things you can like and take away from. And that's what you should do. Again, they looked like a competent team when the starters were out there. They looked like they were in position. There were no missed tackles, sloppy penalties, dumb turnovers. Again, the bar is low, but we'll take it. The Dream says, that Gary, Indiana guy, I swear I like him, but actual Gary. Dream, you're in for 2, whatever this means. DeRhino checks in. Looking good out there tonight. I'm definitely rooting for you guys in game 1. Take care of business. DeRhino, a big Texan fan. So he's rooting for the Jets in week 1.
Jet up. Let's go.
Although I don't think you guys have to worry about the Titans this year, DeRhino. The only thing that's stopping the Texans is CJ Stroud. If they're healthy, that defense is the best in football. They have 10 of their 11 starters back for what, the third straight year? I mean, I know they lost, their number 2 receiver. What's his name the other day? That sucks. But again, if Stroud is just average, he doesn't need to be what he was as a rookie. That team could go to the Super Bowl. That's how good that defense is. The big fella's in the raffle for 2. You would think Glenn would be happier at the mic considering we haven't won since freaking November. Yeah, but I don't want Aaron Glenn boasting after a preseason win. I will say he did look tired up there, though, man. And the hair was more gray than I remember it being last year. I was like, the lighting in that press conference, it was like right on his hair. Being the Jet coach has got to be stressful, especially when you go 3-14 in year 1. So I don't want Aaron Glenn boasting about a preseason win. I thought he was fine at the podium. Said the right things.
Who want to fly with them?
You think he did that in the locker room, though, after the game? Probably not. BP89 with a super chat. I'm a Jet fan from Brazil. Could Geno Smith help bring his cousin next year? It'd be awesome. Wilson and Jeremiah together. Geno really can't. Well, if you want to make a joke, yeah, Geno could help get Jeremiah Smith here next year. If he stinks and the Jets stink, they'll be in position to draft him. But Geno wouldn't be here for it. I don't see that happening. Unless the Colts are also bad, and then the Jets get quarterback with one of their picks. Yeah, but then Geno wouldn't be here for that. I don't know. Jersey Jets said Geno ain't riding back, baby. Jet up.
Jet up. Let's go.
Thank you, Eugene. The Nightbot writes in, Beast Breaker starts every morning with Oreo cereal. That stuff is not good for you, my guy. More of your calls right now before we get to the Asmaniac raffle. 9 gifted memberships so far this show. Gift a membership if you're on your desktop and enter the raffle, and we'll give you a chance to win a Jet jersey. Our next caller is a man who got a job this week for the first time in centuries.
Hey, everybody. Guess what? I finally got a job. You guys never thought I'd ever work. To all of you that doubted me, I say fuck you and fuck Friga. Whoa.
Hey, Jake. How are you, buddy?
You wearing pants? Oh, yeah. I'm doing well, Charles. Nice Jet victory tonight.
A Yankee victory as well. That helps.
That is very true.
Schlittler got his 11th win of the season today. About damn time. I was very impressed with what Geno did today in his first and only series of the game. Kate Clubbing, I thought, looked fine. People forgot he also ran once for 16 yards. I do agree the depth of the offensive line isn't too great, but I thought pass protection overall was decent. I thought our starters did a nice job protecting Geno today. I was a little bit concerned with the running game, and if you're moving the ball through the air, it helps out a lot. The defense played well. Obviously, they've recorded two interceptions, 4 sacks today. But obviously, seeing David Bailey get a taste of what it's like to get a sack in the NFL, a quarterback sack in the NFL, was awesome. Yes, Broderick Jones is arguably one of the worst tackles in football, but still, it is nice seeing him get a taste of what it's like to sack a professional quarterback in the NFL. Cade York's field goal, obviously, I thought was a bit of a low light for me. I mean, I know it was 59 yards, but it had the distance, but he shanked it. I think it was wide left or wide right. I think it was wide left. But it had the distance, obviously. Trying to think what else. I was happy with what I was very impressed with the team today. Most importantly, was the leadership. Not too many stupid penalties. Not too many.
Man says Gorman should get a job at ESPN. The Rooster says, "Is he reading a script?"
What script? I don't have one in my hand. I don't have one on the screen.
Do you have a teleprompter in front of you?
No, it's just my cell phone.
Charles doing his Dr. Melfi impression.
Dr. what?
You've never seen the show The Sopranos?
I've seen clips of it, but I never really watched the show, so no, I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
My mom's watching. She says, Charles, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I did well today.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have some breaking news here.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
I just received a tip from an anonymous source that you got sent home from your job after 4 hours because your ID was over a year expired, and now you have to get a new one that could take
Yes,
a week to acquire.
I paid for it yesterday. I should get in the mail within a week. I was going to tell you that, Jake.
So you can't work for a week now?
But they will pay me for my first 4 hours.
So you're going to get paid for 4 hours, and now you can't work for a week because you don't have an ID that's active?
Yes, Jake. Jake, look, shit happens. It's a learning experience for me.
But this is not going to cost you your job, right?
No, it's not. They didn't tell me I was fired.
I'm just
I
making
told them,
sure,
I said, I'll
Charles.
call them when I get my new one. I'll call them when I get in the mail, and I'll work from there. They did not fire me. They didn't go, I'm trying to put my best Vince McMahon impression. Charles, you're fired. They didn't do that shit. No.
Well, this is a very important moment in your life and now career. So I get concerned when I hear that you worked 4 hours. They already sent you home and you're off for at least a week.
Yeah, they said they can't let me work unless I have a valid ID, but
You don't have a fake ID?
It wasn't fake. It was expired.
No, I'm just saying you don't have a fake ID you could use instead?
Are you kidding me? You want me to get arrested for a fake ID?
Yeah, just write on a piece of paper, I am 21 with a $20 bill. It worked in whatever movie that was.
Get the hell out of here, Jake. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. No, I'm not doing that. I ordered it yesterday. I had to pay like $25.05 to.
So you basically worked for free today because you had to get a new ID.
Yeah, but it was, I got the experience. I learned what it's like to stock the shelves. I learned what it's like to prepare the food, make the sandwiches and stuff. And
now Nick Shine makes a great point. You had a job coach. How the F does your job coach not make sure that this is taken care of?
It's my responsibility too, Jake, not just his.
Yeah, but you have a job coach. So shouldn't your job coach be on top of this? Like your ID is up to date, your paperwork is checked out, all this stuff?
I agree, but that's my mistake too. I mostly blame myself. I should have renewed it earlier when I had the chance. That's my mistake, Jake.
You couldn't show a birth certificate? Peter Castro asked about that.
That's a great question, but I don't think that would count that. No.
All right, so let's quickly recap the day here. So day one, gas station attendant, you're stocking the shelves. Take us through what you saw.
What I saw, I saw a lot of customers. They showed me how to prepare the food in the utility room. How to do this, how to do that, and then they showed me which item belongs in which shelf. They gave me a chart to see which items belong where. And they get deliveries every Tuesday and Friday.
Also, good point by the big fella here. How about you show a passport? That wouldn't work?
I don't have a passport, I think, no.
Nick Shine wants to know, did you see any hot women?
I saw a lot of lovely women, yes. Hot women, I don't know about that, but a lot of the women that I interacted with were very nice and friendly, but there were a lot of little kids there, too.
Anyone recognize you?
No. None of them recognize me, no.
I think you're going to get recognized by Asmaniacs.
I might one of these days, but excuse me. But yeah,
so overall successful first day in the 4 hours you were there?
Absolutely. I did what I was told. I didn't BS. I didn't mess around. I didn't say anything or do anything inappropriate. I believe it or not, Jake, I was happy as hell that I worked today.
Hell yeah, Charles. I'm proud of you. It was a great first day, all 4 hours of it.
And my coworkers were nice to me, which is important.
Did you learn their names?
I had to leave early because of my stupid rear end didn't renew my ID in time. But you know what? It's a learning experience for me. It's a learning experience for us all. Thank you again for everyone with their love and support throughout this whole unemployment, or my unemployment status. Thank you, Tom, a.k.a. Mr. Weed, for him recommending the job to me. And I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for me in my position where I am today.
Charles, great work. And in 7 to 10 days, you'll be back at it again.
Yes, I will. Godspeed, everyone. Godspeed.
Hey, everybody, guess what? I finally got a job. You guys never thought I'd ever work. To all of you that doubted me, I say fuck you and fuck Friga. Whoa.
Charles Gorman, employed man, folks. You kidding me? You kidding me? Today's Jake Asman show is brought to you by PrizePicks. We did not win our PrizePick lineup earlier because Drew Allard stinks. That's basically why. We would have lost anyway because Garrett Wilson fell 3 yards short. He only got that one catch for 10. We needed him to have more than 13 and a half, but Gino was spreading it around, so whatever. It's preseason for me, making prize picks as well. We'll get after it. We hit 2 of our 3. Actually, Garrett was the reason why we lost. We went more on Klubnik passing yards. That hit. He needed 57. He got 75. Aller needed 92 and a half passing yards. He got 110. So actually, Garrett not having 13 and a half receiving yards is why we didn't hit our lineup earlier. That stinks. But hey, I'll gladly trade losing $20 for the offense for the Jets to look that good. That said, take a look at Gino's numbers on PrizePicks. Passing touchdowns, 14 and a half. If you're not playing more on that, you're missing out. Code HMA. Use my link and sign up. Play your first $5. You win. You get $150 in lineup.
Jet up. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. There's a man on the line who's going to tell us what he saw tonight from the New York Jets. He was locked in. He watched every play. He's a man's man. Beast.
How we doing? Hold on, Charlie. I'm Charlie
asleep?
Murphy.
Do we need an alarm
You're
clock?
Are we, Charlie?
Everyone cover your ears. Lower your volume. Hit it. Wake up, Beast. It's showtime. We're talking Jets.
Hey, I'm Charlie
Wake up.
Murphy.
Wake up.
I heard you. I say stretch out. All right. Hey, why do I stretch out? Hey, good. Go, hey, don't off my couch, fool. Go buy another one, you rich fool. Wait, screw your couch, Gino. Screw your couch. Dr. Says.
For those new to my show, this is Beast. He calls in from his attic every day and is our master of raffle ceremony. And it looks like he's just got out of bed or is in bed.
Hey,
Asmaniac Jet Marine for Life says, put on a damn t-shirt, bro. It's disgusting.
I'm trying to get some sleep. Now, don't be a used twat.
You're trying to get some sleep. It's only 11 o'clock by you.
Yeah, well, what you see is what you get.
Oh, we see, all right.
Hey, it's like, hey, if you don't like what you see, starve.
Beast, is it true they call you King Kong or Beast Kong?
What are you drinking Kool-Aid again? That is the most irately insanest thing I've ever saw. There's only one guy. There's only one. Unbelievable! Wow.
Cheeseman thinks you're drunk. Are you drunk?
Are you people that retarded? I don't drink, you morons. Get the picture.
Says you're shit-faced. Have you thought about maybe getting out of bed and sitting at your desk so we could get to this raffle at the end of our show here?
Let's see. Have I had much sleep lately? No. Have I been overstressed? Yeah. Have I
What are you
had my
stressed
temper go
about?
through a lot of things? As a matter of
You
fact,
actually
I
say
gotta go.
sexual landscaping. Wrong word, Magic Mike.
Good job.
Oh no, the Nightbot's striking again. Beast, you there? Beast? Beast? Beast?
Don't let go of the rope.
Ha 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 ha, Tubby.
Good job.
Beast? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show, we could play a game called Beast Bingo. Here's a reminder of what you're looking for when you fill out your bingo card. Beast, I'm going to go to another caller here. You get yourself together here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to someone else to spin the wheel.
Rejected. Sorry.
Last chance to get in on the show, get in on the raffle. Jets win tonight. We're feeling good. Dom D'Angelo has gifted a membership.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Good call by Dom, who was in the building to watch the Jets pick up a W. Mark, who had a great call, also in the building. Gifted 4 says Charles will get it straight. Keep rocking Gorman. How about that? A little support for Charles Gorman. Hell yeah.
Jets, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, last call to get in on the show. And I'll mention it again. I am on the radio in 9 hours. I'm doing 3 hours tomorrow morning on ESPN New York, 8:80 a.m. If you're in the car, ESPN New York app, if you want to download that and listen, it will not be on YouTube. So listen on the app or listen on 8:80 a.m. Back to your calls we go. There's a man on the line who goes by the name The Lane Train. He's next.
Hi, how are you? Bruce Hall. That's good. Hello, Jake.
Good evening, Lane.
Yeah, I watched some of the game. I think it was a great game, I gotta tell you, because there was no overturns in the game tonight. Like, how do you feel about it that there was no missed calls?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, I think that, we needed to win. I mean, it didn't look good in the first half, but, they just started and wait, did somebody get injured in the game tonight?
Yeah. Botchka Luke Jones.
Yeah. Really? Oh, God.
I know.
That's
Hopefully
the
he'll be
last
okay.
thing that you need. So, yeah, I mean, I just wish I could go to week 1 of the, the regular season next week.
Do you think the Jets will have any overturns in week 1?
No. I mean, it's good what Lou B said, the caller, and I think he was good at, because I know that he's going to the game. Honestly, you could throw in. I mean, Clark did good tonight.
Lewis?
Dean Clark did good. Yeah, Lewis Clark did good tonight.
Lewis and Clark?
No, just Lewis
Just
Clark.
Lewis. Got it.
Yeah, and I'm just happy Charles has a job too. He's working in a gas station.
Me too. Me too. Do you think Botchka Luke Jones will be okay?
Well, I mean, I don't know how long he's going to be out. I mean, how are you going to play him? I mean, Geo Smith did well tonight, though, I got to say. I mean, there was no, interceptions in the game. It was only, preseason. So now, you have to, I think you cut down the roster to, 53-man roster.
That's correct. Do you think Botchka Jones will make the team?
I mean, I hope he comes out and makes it out of camp, because you have number 29 that is also injured, and he just didn't play tonight. And like we needed this win, because instead of going 1-2, hopefully we could win to make it a 2-1 start to the regular season.
So you're saying if the Jets win week 1, they'll be 2-1?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want it to be 1-2, and like the Mets lost tonight to the White Sox again. I cannot believe that they cannot win tonight.
But the Yankees won.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's funny that you said that if Charles was making sure he was wearing pants, it means something on his.
I was concerned he was not wearing anything, right?
Yeah, like it's like he
Bobby
he
Midnight
held-
once exposed his baby Midnight on the show. I didn't want that tonight.
Really? Oh my god! Did the other show he had got pulled though because somebody made some inappropriate comments on his old show?
There was what we call a ding-a-ling that was exposed on that old show.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Beastbreaker, he lays there naked. He was probably tired.
Well, he's definitely tired, but he's always angry, Lane. You should talk to Beast and tell him to be more happy.
Did he have what was on his face? Did he have like chocolate sauce or something? Or something? I don't even eat in bed when I'm like laying down.
Did you have a late night snack tonight, Lane?
No.
No.
Well, so thank you for taking my call. I know that you probably have other callers to take.
Lane, you have a great night, all right? Great call.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry, everybody. See you next call when we talk about sports again.
The Lane Train, folks. One of the greats. Dorian gifted a membership to himself. Dorian, let's go.
Jets, let's go.
I'm making a new rule. If you happen to gift a membership to yourself, you get two entries in the raffle that day. Only fair, right? You became a member, you gifted a member. If it's yourself, you get 2 for the price of 1. I'm effective immediately. We're making that a rule because that's too good to pass up. All right, maybe one more call. So last chance. If you call in, I'll get you in, but you got to go quick. And then we're going to spin the wheel of champions. Now, I might need someone to help me do that because I don't know if we can rely on Beast right now. Beast, you there?
I can hear you. I'm just laying down, closing my eyes, thinking of.
You can't close your eyes, though. Then you're going to fall asleep.
Can you hear me?
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about a nice French toast with a nice blueberry syrup.
Did you just say you're thinking about French
sugar?
toast?
Man's breakfast. See, I remember, if you don't think about the good things in life, then what the hell good are you? Think of that.
His internet cut out, but sounded like he said he was thinking about French toast, which definitely checks out. All right, our next caller is Skip Donahue. What's up, Skip? Skip?
Why is the volume so bad?
Can you hear me?
You hear me, Skip?
Nah. I got everything set.
I think we need a tech guy.
When a caller sounds like shit and the show's about to split,
Yeah.
you need some tech support, call Beast.
Nah.
Bring on the flabby tits. Beastmaker.
Use your phone, go to the settings, push for the restart button, wait 30 seconds, and once you good, gone.
We can't have our tech guy having worse internet than the guy struggling with the call. Beast, go to your computer. Your phone is clearly not working tonight. Unbelievable. What a show this has been, huh? Curvin says Brandon Stevens played decent, had a good PD. I agree. Brandon Stevens was very good. That was good technique on that pass deflection. It was a good night. Bailey looked good. Gino on the offense looked good. There was 2 interceptions, no major injuries. I think it's a pretty good night. Problem is, we can't get any more calls on the line because Skip Donahue's tech failed, and our tech guy's tech was even worse. So what are you supposed to do in that scenario? Is it true your toys come to life when you go to sleep?
Hey, who's this right here? And he tells it like it is.
Kill me! Please! Kill me!
Man, I'm counting all the raffle names. Ladies and gentlemen, a new closer has potentially emerged. Hit it.
His home's bell is on the bed. That's what feels good. All the rose bell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. Because the show's bell is on the bed. It's just more comfortable. He got a beard. Loves the Jets. SuperChats. Loves a big fella. Sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. That's a big fella.
Hey, what's up, man?
Whoa, the shirt's off.
Yeah, whoa is right. Yeah, I'm in Ohio. I'm at Ohio State University right now, bro. Moving in my daughter.
Wow, it's moving day already. The summer's flying.
Yeah, it's moving day, bro. It was a hell of a day today. You know, got her all squared away, so it's good stuff. I missed the first half of the game.
That was the best part.
Because yeah, I know, right? Because I was moving her in and everything. But my son gave me a call. He's like, "Dad, we just got a pick." I'm like, bro, it's the preseason, but it's still good. You know.
It was nice to see. I forgot what it looked like.
Yeah. No, so it was good, you know. I heard Gino played well, which is good. Brees didn't play, and Glenn was upset about the running game. I guess Braylon Allen didn't do that hot, but we're playing with like guys who aren't going to make the team anyway at the running back spot. So tarps off for big. Well, all right, man. But
is it true you were at a frat party tonight?
Oh yeah, bro. I was I was doing keg stands, man. That's what I was doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so everything looks good. The baby-faced assassin, David Bailey, he got his first sack. That's a step in the right direction. You know, we weren't playing against a 1 or the 2 on 1 or 2 quarterback for Pittsburgh, but you know, it's like you play you play who they threw out there, and we played pretty well apparently. So, you know, everything seems pretty good.
Life's good. Now, what are your thoughts on Beast and his nipples that were exposed?
Baloney tits, bro.
What do you think of him dreaming of French toast? It starts to make sense.
Dude, it makes so much. You want to know something? That's the first thing that made sense from him in a little bit now. The French toast thing. He loves his
Gone.
He loves his food. He really does. You know, if you find a woman that you can love as much, Beast loves his food, man, and you'll be happy for life.
Tarps off. I'll let you two take.
Oh, geez. What's up, man?
Godzilla, give us a Godzilla.
Dude.
Hey, just picture King Kong going, cacao, cacao.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I sound like the Rock right now, going.
Bro,
or should I do a Carumba.
That's too funny. Well, how about you?
Especially what was I doing?
Yo, listen. How about you get ready to do the Wheel of Champions? All right.
Try that.
Get ready to do the Wheel of Champions. And hey, one thing. I want to hear a Jets chant from you, buddy.
Hey,
Can you do it? Can you do it?
Can we scare somebody to? Can we get somebody to get scarier? You go. Look at this.
All right. Can you spell Jets, bro?
The only thing that would be scary if I was to pull I'm a pink toothbrush, you're a blue toothbrush.
Well, folks, this looks brand new to me. Look at that grass. This is very, very optimistic and very, very sexual. If you want answers, you get answers, all right? So just remember, if you need anything, you contact Storm Lawn Care. I am the man that can do it all.
Big fella.
Yeah.
Tremendous call out of you. And good luck moving your daughter into college this week.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Go Jets, man.
Jet up. Let's go.
Jet up, baby. I think Cheese Man had the comment of the night. Sometimes I wonder why I watch this show. You want to know why you watch? For moments that you can't predict. Like this. Is it true your toys come to life when you go to sleep?
Hey, who's this right here? And he tells it like it is.
Kill me! Please! Kill me!
Are we ready for the raffle? The Wheel of Champions, if you will. Now, Beast's internet is not great, so we're going to hope he can get through it. Ladies and gentlemen, here to send us to the Wheel of Champions, where for the second time today, we're going to give away a David Bailey or a Jets jersey of your choice. Here is the man himself.
Walter Randall here just to tell you all, it's time for some Wheel of Champions. Let's get to a wheel. Girls, bring me that wheel. I know it's late. Let's go get a 3, 2, 1, and wheel on down to the party of kibosh. Joy.
Thanks, you communist douchebag. It's time for that daily Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, yeah, baby. Here we go. All the names from the postgame show. 55 of you have your name on the Wheel of Champions. If you win, here's how you claim your Jets jersey. You email me, asmanjake@gmail.com. Name, address, player you want, and the size you want it in. One spin to determine who wins. All of you are entered in the weekly raffle on Sunday, but for right now, we determine a winner, and the winner is Drake _Tess. Drake, you're the winner. Let's go. Congratulations to Drake Tess. Drake, email me and we will get you your prize. Shout out to Reese, who says, this is so funny. As Maniac Jet Marine says, take a damn shower, Beast. WTF was that? Exactly what a new subscriber is saying right now. If you're new around here, welcome. We talk Jets every day, including after every Jet game for 2.5 hours in the preseason and typically 3 hours plus when the games actually count. One preseason game to go, and then all eyes are on Robert Saleh and kicking some Titan ass in the opener. Must win for the Jets down in Nashville. But tonight was a good night for the Jets. We haven't had a lot of those. So let's enjoy it. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. All the callers, couldn't have done it without you. Please click the like button on your way out of here. That helps this channel or this video find more Jet fans. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. Again, I'll go live on Sunday at 11 a.m. Dylan Terriman is scheduled to be my guest. And tomorrow on the radio, I will talk plenty more about this game. And Antoine Staley from the New York Daily News stops by at 9:30 tomorrow morning. We'll get his thoughts on the Jets' win over the Steelers 17-0 to improve to 1-1 in the preseason. That does it for me. Let's go Jets. I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks again for watching, and I'll leave you with a blast from the past. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go Jets.
J-E-T-S, Jets! You're a degenerate gambler, and you're in your mid-50s. Who bets on the Jets? Have you not learned anything about betting? The Jets are going to come back! No, they're not! They're never going to come back! They're never going to come back!
Hey, Bills Mafia! You're in the wrong stadium, you friggin' a-hole!
You guys football fans? I think the Pats could take the conference this year. I mean, the Dolphins are overrated and the Jets are choke artists.
I wouldn't say that, Mr. Deeds.
Why is that, though?
You own the Jets, Deeds.
I do? Whoa. That sucks.
You think that scares me? I'm not scared of you pansy!
Yeah, I put my own fist through your face, you friggin' a-hole!
Hey, keep moving, you hump!
Who do you want to win? The goddamn Jets.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane, and if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets!